Go ahead and start again.
Welcome back, everybody, to Heroes of Hollowrock, episode 8, where our lovely adventurers Murphy, Durnavan, Nyx, Ellie, and the Lorax. Still no name, mysterious. But the Lorax are on a ship with a werewolf that is now trapped inside Durnavan's quarters. Ellie has retired to her chambers for the night. Nixie, you and Murphy, I believe, or you followed Murphy up to see what he was up to.
Followed Durnavan up to the room to see what
Lorax,
Murphy did.
you've marked the ship in a prior episode, and that'll be an off the reels thing. What would you like to do? Because you're the only one currently not on deck.
I'll go meet back up with the others if we're all in the one spot, or except for Ellie.
So is he not gonna do the thing that he did?
I didn't.
That is still a possibility. That is up to him.
Go.
You had a request for me last time.
Yeah, you would have to redo all that.
That is on you, and that will require stealth rolls.
Okay, I'll do it. Yes. I'll do that thing.
Lorax, as you come back up onto the deck, you see Murphy standing outside like this little quarter panel window of the captain's quarters on the top deck, and you hear the sounds of a very large canine creature kind of going wild in there, while Murphy is kind of laughing to himself. Durnavan's kind of reaching in his pockets, like patting his coats down. And Nyx, what are you doing right now?
I'm watching all of this go down. I'm just watching them. I'm just like, what the fuck, Murphy?
Murphy kind of just shrugs his shoulders. He's got no answer for you. He's like, if I'm going to be losing this prank war, I'm going to lose on my terms. Pudger, do you want to do anything? You have anything to do right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna go do some light thieving.
Alright. So, as you kind of notice everybody's preoccupied, you take this moment to kind of slowly backpedal away into the main corridor and down into the lower decks. What are you looking for exactly?
That one's room.
I'm still awake at this point.
Okay, well, I'm gonna. How about this? I'll hang over the side of the ship and then look for it that way.
Alright, Lorax, roll me an athletics check off your d20. Alright. So it's not as graceful as you always are, but you're the Lorax, and if it had wood, it came from a tree, and you are not afraid to use your abilities to the fullest extent. As you start shuffling around the outer edge of the ship, hanging on to like the little decorative railings that traverse down the sides, you pass a few windows. Roll me a perception check. You know that it's somewhere on the third deck is where y'all have been given keys to the rooms. And you feel like you've seen which room Ellie is in. Roll me an insight check. That'll be a D12. We're going to roll that on a D12. Alright, so you're fairly certain you know which window it is. And as you traverse your way over Ellie, what are you doing in there?
Research for my bullets.
So you're just sitting at your desk doing your research, and in fairness, the way the way this room is set up, there is a quarter window, and it's a fair distance away from the desk. You're not looking directly at Ellie through the window. You have to kind of turn your head and see in the room, Pudger. So as you go through this, are you going to try to go in through the window?
Or are you gonna wait till I'm asleep?
Yeah, no, not quite yet. I'm gonna just keep my cloak on and then climb back up onto the top and then just like sit by the railing and wait.
All right. Well, as you climb back up, we once again go back to you, Nix. You see that Captain Durnovan has crystals in both of his hands, and he's looking through each one of them. And you kind of recognize some of them, like you've seen them in odd places around the ship. So, you're not sure what to make of it exactly, but you see him slowly start approaching the door. Do you want to do anything?
What are you going to do with that?
He looks over his shoulder, kind of like, shh. As he inches closer to the door, Murphy's laughter has slowly started to increase in volume until he is downright doubled over laughing at the way his brother is in his own ship, sneaking up like a, low-tier thief. All the shiny bells and whistles on his captain's coat jingling away.
Would you rather me do that?
He looks back over at you, and for a moment, he looks at the crystals in his hands. He looks at you, looks at the crystals in his hand, and he kind of gives you just a slight, but not sure, like, a slight no, but you definitely feel like this could have been a, oh, please do this, I really don't want to, but at the same time...
Just figure he's making a little too much noise. I'd probably be quieter moving up.
As he reaches the door, you can see sweat.
I'm gonna get prepared
beating up.
to help him in case that thing comes running out.
You see sweat beating up across his forehead as he slowly turns the handle, and as it creaks the slightest little bit, that little creak, the whirlwind of activity in that room stops.
Oh shit.
And you hear him say, "Is it over?" Before a giant pawed fist reaches through the door and picks him up about his midsection. Like,
oh shit.
One massive hand just picks him up.
Well,
and
fuck.
slams him down on the ground as a full werewolf walks out of the captain's room.
Oh,
As
fuck.
he gets slammed down, you hear Murphy lose it.
Do I hear this?
I'm gonna
Murphy
wax
is not.
Murphy.
roll to whack Murphy.
D20. Oh, good gun.
Yeah, fuck. So
Murphy
you
just
reach
got
out.
hip slapped.
You reach out and you're doing your best to try to whack Murphy upside his head to go get him to help his brother, and he dodges it. He kind of sidesteps it, but as he takes those few faltering steps to avoid your blow while laughing. He kind of trips and falls down on his back where he's trying to catch his breath from laughing. As you're watching, another massive hand reaches out and grabs one of Murphy's legs.
Do I still have the sword on me? Did
No,
you leave this?
I have it.
Do I have anything on me,
Yeah.
like weapons wise?
You have your daggers.
You do
Fuck
have your
it.
daggers.
Not good at close combat, but fuck it. I gotta draw his
hear-
attention
He
off
currently
of
has both of
Durnavan at the
his
very least.
arms occupied, so you
I'm
could
just
jump
gonna
onto
try
his
to get
arm
him to
with
drop
your
them.
daggers.
Murphy goes, uh-oh, before he is snatched away from you at very frightening speeds and launched into the back of the captain's room.
I'm
You
Do I hear
hear
his
from
commotion?
inside what sounds like very angry swearing and a couple of words in a language you are not familiar with
I'm gonna
before it gets quiet.
run up and try to slash its arm that's holding Durnavan.
Alright, as you run up, roll me a d20 for athletics.
Okay,
Alright, so you run up and you slash at the werewolf's arm. And your daggers don't do much. It's not silver, it's just your standard steel.
I was gonna say, I'm not trying to
But it-
kill it, I'm just trying to get it to let him go.
You hear from under the other giant paw, "Bad dog, no!" As it kind of like picks up Durnavan, and brings Durnavan around to kind of shield his arm away from you, and he swings at you. Roll me an evasion. He's swinging at you with Durnavan.
Oh god.
So, difficulty level 5. As Durnavan comes around, you hear, "Oh shit." And you get this brief moment of, "Oh no." As you collide with Durnavan. As Durnavan collides with you, rather, you are launched into the same room that the werewolf came out of. Where
Do I hear
Murphy,
this?
thankfully, has just, roll me a perception check. You're 3 floors below. You kind of hear a little heavier than normal footsteps, but it's nothing that you would normally take notice of.
Damn it.
God damn it, Murphy, do something!
Murphy
Get Kalar to get
stood
my
up,
attention.
and as he
Oh shit, right.
stands up and he's dusting himself off, he looks up just in time to see you fly into the room, but doesn't have quite good enough footing as you launch into the room. You are slammed into Murphy. Murphy is slammed right back into the hole that he was just crawling out of. Outside, you hear, "God damn it, quit moving." And there is a blinding white-blue flash. And everything's quiet. But as you get up and you dust yourself off, feel free to kick Murphy if you want.
I might. Fucking asshole.
But as you stand up and you walk back outside, you see Captain Durnavan putting his hat back on, kind of like dusting himself off. And in his hand, he has this bright blue crystal. It's about 2 inches long, and it's not very huge or very like ornate or anything, but it's got a very bright white glow emanating from it. As he walks over to Murphy, you see him stomp Murphy one time across his chest plate before he
What?
throws this crystal at Murphy, and Murphy catches it. As Murphy puts it into a pocket somewhere, he kind of looks almost sheepish, like, "I didn't know that was gonna happen."
I'm just gonna kind of look between, just like, what the fuck is that?
That, Captain Durnavan says, turning to you, is a werewolf in a rock. Don't open the rock.
I
Leave
saw
the rock alone.
that. What is with the fucking rocks that can just magically put animals away?
It is a soul prism, and it's not magical. It feeds off of the energy of the user's soul, to keep him locked in there, and it's a negligible amount.
Eating at your soul?
He kind of
So it's constantly being
himself.
fed by the person who's trapped in it, meaning there is no escape from the inside.
Oh.
There is a way out, but it's
Okay.
we're gonna run this like
Not very
werewolves have
safe.
no souls. It's not very safe.
So I was gonna say, then if the werewolf doesn't have a soul, then how is it feeding?
Just off of straight mana. A few tweaks here, a couple extra runes. You got a battery pretty much if you decided to use it for that, but I find that to be a little distasteful. Once again, kicking his brother harder into the floor. He turns around and he's like, "Good day," as he tips his hat to you. And a crew of his local workers immediately run into his office. You see them drag Murphy out by both of his boots, drop him on the staircase, before they start repairing his office and the captain's quarters. As he leaves, it is now nighttime. You walk over to Murphy. Durnovan has kind of disappeared.
You're an idiot.
From the ground, because he has still not gotten up, laughing, he goes, "I'm aware."
I'm gonna offer him a hand up.
As you help him to his feet, he graciously thanks you before he steps back and starts walking down the stairs. Loudly proclaiming, I did all this work tonight. I think I'm going to call it a day. Loud enough, a little too loud, honestly. But loud enough that you know it wasn't meant for you. As he disappears into the lower decks, what do you want to do, Nixie?
Go find my dragon. Realized after Sharky said something, where the fuck is Kalar in all of this?
I will get back
Where's
to
the
you with
mimic
that
as
in a
well?
moment.
Oh, that's true.
Who has the mimic?
Pudger.
Hi, Lizzie.
Vixen is with Pudger.
Okay.
Right.
I thought it
Pudger.
was with Dave.
For a little
No,
while.
Dave gave it back to Pudger.
Why not Pudger?
The box likes me.
As you have noticed, it's
Well,
getting
what if I
late.
like the
People are
box?
settling down for the night.
That's gay.
What do you want to do?
This one is settling down.
Roll me.
More
Ellie,
so,
are
I'm
you
passing
asleep?
out at my desk.
So you are passed out?
At my desk.
All right.
Uh-oh.
So what do you want to do, Pudger?
With some unfinished bullets.
I put my cloak back on. I had the box in the cloak, like, connected to me somehow. And then I climb back down and back inside. And then I make sure they're not moving, they're asleep. And then I go in.
All right. So as you approach the window, you've seen that Ellie's asleep at her desk. As you approach that window, Pudger, roll me a, what is this? A D10, the black dice.
Oh.
Roll the black dice for me.
Ooh.
You perfectly slip a lockpick into the lock on the window. It's more of a latch, really, so it takes no effort from you. As you slide that latch open, you slip inside the room. Tell me how you take your first step off of the windowsill.
very gently to make sure there's no creak.
Roll me another D10. You skated that one, I want you to know. So as you step down As you step down into the room, you see the loose floorboard, and before your foot completely shifts your weight to it, you move your foot to another board. Now, inside the room, you see Ellie passed out at a desk. There's a bed. There's a few cabinets and bags stacked here and there. And you see the bag that Ellie always carries with her is at Ellie's feet. What are you gonna do?
You realize if you reach into that bag, there will be an alarm sound. Because
I
that
know.
enchantment is still there.
I know that. I'm going to hope that she puts something in a drawer. I'll search the drawers quietly, of course.
So, roll me a d10, and that'll get you over to the dressers. Oh yeah, you're used to this old song and dance. It's nothing for you to do. A little burglar activities. So as you slip through the room like a silent shadow, and you approach the dresser drawer, you open the first drawer. Roll me a d20, just because. In this drawer, there's a few shirts and a couple of sets of trousers, but nothing immediately catches your eye. The second drawer, roll me a d20. Again, there's odds and ends, little tools, and just random shiny pieces of metal in this one. Nothing terribly interesting to you. It just kind of looks like junk. And the third and final drawer, roll me that d20. God damn it. As you gently slide this drawer open, a blinding light radiates from the bottom of this drawer. Inside there are lacy, frilly things and other assorted undergarments. There's almost everything that you could be looking for is inside this drawer.
Fun. Well, I'm going to very quietly just look on the top and see what looks nice, and then I grab one, and then silently close, and then start to make my way back.
Roll me 2d10s and a d20.
Oh shit.
Ooh, okay. Ah, damn it, you got a 7. Okay. So, having absconded with your legendary prize, the most worthy thing that you could plunder from this room,
The Holy Grail.
You step to this windowsill, and as you step on this windowsill, roll me an acrobatics d20. Ooh! As you step on this windowsill, your foot slips off, and you stomp on that creaking board. Now, Ellie, from your sleep, roll me that d20 for a perception. Uh-oh. You hear something that shatters your sleep. Those peaceful dreams of you
Does this
cackling
startle
while
me
wearing
awake?
It does.
Peaceful dream? Are you sure it's peaceful?
No, you were in a white lab coat and messing with lightning beyond your means to control at this time. As you flip the giant lever, you hear something crash. That wakes you from your slumber, and you look around and you see a shadowed figure in your room scrambling to get out of the bedroom.
I jump.
Can I do what I wanted to do by waking up and smacking one of my unfinished bullets?
I cannot. Ugh.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, you can.
Hold it. Can I like?
Because this wouldn't be
But-
wild magic, it would just explode.
Okay, can I like put a rope, like hook in a rope, and then like jump?
I will, yeah, as a
Got the
rogue,
rope.
this would be something you would carry, a grappling hook. And you're the Lorax, by the way. You do the tree climbing thing like it's nothing. So, sure, you're setting up this grapple and rope. As, at the same time, Ellie, what have you done exactly?
Been startled awake and smacked one of the bullets I was working on my desk, making it explode.
So,
Because
roll me a d20.
instincts, rolling mana.
Ooh. Roll me a d20, Pudger.
Shit.
Alright, well, this works out for you, Pudger. As you hear Ellie wake up, you have this moment of fear as you watch this thing that she has slapped off of the desk fly towards you. And you're pretty sure it looks dangerous, but shouldn't be. But as it hits the ground at your feet, you have a momentary, oh no. As you are climbing on the windowsill, the explosion propels you out of the ship. Roll me an acrobatics.
Do I need to roll
That's
for
fair.
damage?
No, not for this one. This one, being that it was an unfinished round, this one just blew Ellie out of the ship,
Ellie.
just blew the Lorax
Lorax.
out of the ship.
But damage for me, because
Lorax?
I'm still in this room.
Again, unfinished. It won't be damaging. It is going to set the bed on fire. The bed is now on fire.
I guess I better use
Lorax?
that water round.
As you, oh boy, give me a second. We'll
Oh
come back
God,
to
no.
that. That's exciting. As you get propelled out this window, you manage, as you're sliding down the side of the ship, to grab the rope to stop your descent. Roll me an athletics check to climb back up on top deck. Perfect. So as you fall, you're falling. You grab the rope,
I have a better idea.
and the elasticity of this rope is pretty good. It's a good rope. You don't know where you bought it, but you should probably go get some more of that. But as that rope stretches out, it almost bungees you up halfway up the side of the ship, giving you purchase on another ledge. And you climb back to the top deck, and you see that on top deck there's a bunch of people working on something, fixing the captain's quarters, it looks like. And you see Nyx is currently going below deck. Now, we'll
Wonder
get
what
back
happened
to
there.
y'all in a minute.
Did she hear the explosion?
Roll me a perception check, Nyx. Did you hear the
Was
boom?
it loud enough?
You did not hear the boom. Nyx is currently
Did
like...
the captain hear it?
I'm too focused on finding Kevlar.
Durnovan knows everything that happens on his ship. He is not a dummy. He is very much in tune with his equipment. So as this happens, you two are on the top deck. She's going downstairs to look for the baby. Ellie, your bed's on fire. The room is filled with smoke, and your visibility is low. Roll me
I'm going to exit the
perception
room
check.
and yell fire.
You know what? That's a
Get
much
attention of
better
the
idea.
crew. That could help. Yeah.
So, as you step outside the room and you yell, "Fire!" you hear a small chime, like a bell, go off 3 times. Just ding, 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 before 2 crewmates run down the stairs. They look at you, and their shoulders just kind of slump. They're kind of just like, ugh. Where they step inside the room, they open the window all the way, and you hear different incantations being spoken on the other side of the door, and the fire goes out. A sound like rushing wind blows the smoke out, They grab your burned bedding and they kind of reach into one of the cabinets and pull out some more and they reset your bed. Before they walk out, they're like, they kind of point at you and no more explosives. No more boom.
It wasn't my fault. Some bastard woke me up.
They're like, no boom. No boom. The big boat in sky. No boom. Before they turn and they slowly start walking back up the stairs, you kind of hear one of them go, "What the fuck did they do in there?" Coming back to you, Nixie, we are on the hunt for Kalar. Pudger, you see Nixie heading down the stairs. Do you want to assist in whatever it is? Possibly set up a good alibi.
Yes, I shall.
Alright. So,
Do I know it was the
Pudger,
Lorax in my room?
No, you just saw a dark figure.
you just
God
saw a
damn
dark
it.
figure. By the way, Lorax, where did you tuck this item? Where did you hide this item?
This item has a specially made pouch on my hip, and I just stuck it in there.
Alright.
I have no part in this, okay?
Makes me wonder what the Lorax has been doing all these years as a mercenary.
Don't
Mm. Mm.
don't mess with me about the holy relic. It shall remain safe. I shall keep it.
Okay then.
Where's my other control?
I'm gonna
Is
try
that
to
what you decided is a holy relic, huh?
mind
Noted.
what Link and try to call
Okay.
for him.
Alright.
See if I can find out where he is.
So you kind of you notice that Pudger has run up to you. He looks a little frantic. The Lorax is kind of dusting themselves off. You can smell a slight burny smell, and they've kind of got jitters. They're a little jittery, like they almost fell off a fucking boat in the sky.
I'm just gonna kind of give him a
Which is
dirty
currently
look,
in the
like,
clouds.
what the fuck are you idiots doing? But also not going to say anything about it. 'Cause I'm just like, this is our group. I should know that this is how we act by
Shit,
now.
my alarm set.
So, as you see her approach, you reach into the ethereal part of your mind that lets you control mana, and you start calling out for Kalar. Roll me a strength check, d20. Or Arcana, d20, excuse me. Oof.
That hurt.
So as you reach out and you feel around, you can kind of, for some reason, it's very vivid tonight. You can see all of these glowing after images of all the people on this ship. It's a little troubling at first, but you're able to parse through. You see two great golden lights, one smaller silver light, and then you recognize Kalar. And you see Kalar is in the cafeteria.
Oh God. Go down to the cafeteria.
So as you shuffle your way down the stairs, already fearing the worst, historically, every time that you find Kalar in a cafeteria, he's either drunk or causing problems. And this is no different than normal. As you turn the corner, you see that Kalar has his head stuck deep into one of those giant pots that they use to serve the meals on the ship.
He's
And
drunk though. That's the real thing.
he is not drunk, but you should roll
No,
me a
didn't you hear
perception
pot?
check. It's
Perception.
not pot. It's
It's Dragon Nip.
Dragon Nip is pretty close to it. But as you look at him and you're like,
Or like a cat in fresh grass.
did
Like
he
how
always,
Toothless did in How to Train Your Dragon.
did he always have such big wings.
Oh god, he's growing.
Uh-oh.
His
Awesome.
wings are now about one wingtip to his shoulder is about 4.5 feet.
Good god. Going to scoop him.
Like a big
All right,
ass
roll me a
dog.
strength check
scoop.
on that
That's a
scoop.
9-foot wingspan. Thing.
Yeah. Size of
He
a
is
German Shepherd,
getting-
9-foot wingspan.
He is
Like a
getting the
husky.
scoop.
Yeah, kinda. No, roll me a strength check, D20.
Damn.
Fine. As you
I
grab
thought it was a
him,
D12.
yeah, it just felt like D20 this time. You will notice that there's only certain times where I'm very serious about which dice I use. D12 could be used for anything. It just varies. Depends on where I think I'm going to have the best luck against whatever
Mhm.
y'all roll.
Well, clearly you failed.
I did. I failed miserably. But as you walk up behind Kalar, you hear him very, very happily eating whatever's in this pot. And as you reach your arms around his belly to pick him up, he's kind of gives you a few like little whines and then grabs the pot, like wraps his hands around the pot. As you're dragging him, roll me another d20.
Can we bring
Put
the
it-
pot with us?
Put a lid on the pot and take it with.
I was gonna say, just
You
bring the
are
fucking pot at this
Say,
point.
If you put a
If you-
lid on the pot and bring it with you, I could put it into the bag of holding and store our food there.
I want to
Rum.
know what's in the pot. What are you so
Rum?
entertained by? Because this is the first time he's like grabbed whatever he was eating when I go to pick him up and pulled it with him.
Like some beef stew.
So
That's
I
really
want to know
fucking
what the
good.
fuck he's eating.
Alright, roll me a d20 3 times because it's going to be very significant.
Can I pick up a bottle of rum?
13, 7,
can-
and a 4.
7, 13,
14.
14.
I'll do
I'd-
that.
4.
Add that
14.
together for me. That's 20, 34. 34.
7, 13, 4, 7, so 20, yeah, 34.
Yep.
As you see around his great big head, as he's like desperately trying to keep it within biting distance of whatever is inside that pot, you see there's some bones in there, large chunks of meat. It almost looks like an entire side of an ox was cooked in this pot, was being cooked down.
Kalar,
And
who gave you this? He just took the whole meal. Okay. Sorry,
So
continue
it's-
your little description.
there's potatoes in it, there's carrots in it, but it doesn't look like he's interested in any of that. He's very, very wholeheartedly going after this entire side of ox. So I should put into perspective, this pot is massive.
Got a fucking cauldron that
It
we're
is-
carrying at this point.
Yeah, you're carrying a cauldron pretty much with you.
But
How the fuck did I pick this shit up? Okay. I'm
You rolled a
going-
strength
You
check,
rolled a
you had it
19.
in there.
Going to drag his stupid butt back to my room. You can keep the freaking pot with him, I suppose.
So as y'all retire for the night, you see the Lorax as you're dragging Kalar with this pot, which, by the way, is not a silent affair. It sounds like somebody dragging a church bell across a gravel parking lot. Just
Oh.
everything is banging and echoing off of this pot.
Oh.
Everyone's
But
probably
nobody's
like, what the
paid you
fuck?
any mind to it.
Oh, no. It's
They kind of just
whatever.
going with it. You
I
see,
picked up some rum, right?
yes, the Lorax is stuffing his pockets. Like he's got inside this cloak, it looks like he has hand sewn little bottle holders inside the cloak, and he is just loading it up like one of those old shady watch salesmen that you see at the quarter in old movies. He's just stacking rum up before he slips down the stairs into his room without a word to you. As you get Kalar to the room, are y'all gonna call it a night?
I got
At
nothing
least just
better
had
to
to do
do.
firefighter work.
I'm just making sure that
Is there a
Kalar is
way I
in a
could
safe
find the
place.
captain real quick?
You could take, yeah, you can find the captain. You can find Dirty Man.
I would like to apologize for accidentally lighting his bed on fire. Or one of his beds, I should say.
As a matter of fact, as you're preparing to go look for the captain, you hear a knock on your door.
Okay.
Oh.
As you approach the door and you open it, it is Captain Durnavan.
Oh, well, this works out then.
He looks at you and he's like, "Young lady, those are normally reserved for sleeping in. There is heaters and thaumaturgical things that can warm this room up. You don't need to set my furniture ablaze to get warm."
I didn't
He
mean
says
to.
it
I was sleeping at my desk and I knocked a bullet off because I was woken up by someone in my room.
knocked a bullet off. He kind of looks at you, looks at the rifle that you've got in various states of repair on your desk, and looks around and sees all of the other shit that he would possibly have an aneurysm about being in such a small space. Before
It wasn't wild magic, I swear.
he gives you a look and says, "I remember the chickens."
I told you I wouldn't use wild magic on your ship again. And I am sticking to that.
So there was no magic in this. It was all alchemical. Then you just had a whoopsie daisy.
No. I was replenishing my stock of bullets. But it was unfinished, so it just went off and exploded.
He looks at you, and it looks like he's deep in thought. And he sees a ring on your finger, and he kind of reaches his hand out. "Can I see that for just a moment?"
I guess?
So as you hand him the ring, you see him kind of extend one long, very sharp claw, and he starts etching runes into the side of this ring. You can't read the runes that he's writing, but you know that it's something old magic. It's old magic, like creation magic at its finest. And as he finishes
How do I know
scribing,
that?
you can just feel it. It's something so heavy and ancient that it almost hurts your eyes to look at it.
Can I ask to see if he has a book on a translation of it? Or any other type of runic languages?
You can ask. But as he hands this ring back to you, and he points at your bag of holding. As he points at you and the bag of holding, he's like, "Next time, just wave your ring in front of this bag of holding and step inside before you start blowing holes in my ship. Please." As you put the ring back on your finger, roll me a perception check. You feel a heavy, heavy weight that this ring did not have prior to you giving it to him. This ring feels almost like it's made out of lead. It's about 3 or 4 times its normal weight. Did you want to ask him about the runes?
Yes, I'm sorry. Moonshine hit me. The spark of happiness hit me. Oh God.
I love watching her happy hands. You can tell she's happy with her happy hands. What? Calls it like I sees it.
I can't even be mad. Gee, yeah, fucking hell.
Is that my alarm?
That's her
Real quick, I'm going to go to my ship and start
I forgot to turn that off.
changing it.
So you're gonna sneak over to your ship on the other side?
He's
Well, given that it's got some heavy tow ropes attached to it, you climb on.
What happened to my question to the captain?
We will be right back with that. I promise. You've got plenty of time. Lorax, as you kind of scurry across this rope like a squirrel on a power line, you jump onto the deck of the ship, and you notice, once again, the heft of these ropes is something phenomenal. It is they're pretty big, and there's a few little sigils and things, like notes on the doors that say, don't enter, or, under repair, and things like that. But there's not a crew member in sight on this ship.
fun.
So we're gonna come. Oh, go ahead.
No, you continue.
We come back to you, because this is happening at the same time. We come back to you. Ellie, ask you a question of the great Captain Durnavan. Pirate, rogue trader, free trading entrepreneur, I believe is how he said it.
Okay, go back to Pudger. I need to go to the bathroom.
You're good, girl. Alright, Puncher, we're coming back to you. You are kind of just standing on the middle of the deck. What do you want to do?
I'm going to. What color is the ship?
This ship is, whereas Durnavan's ship has a nice red patina with his sigil on it and a gold trimming. This ship is black with silver trimming.
Ah, perfect.
It looks like a very wealthy nobleman has built this ship.
Great. Well, let's just make it more stealthy. Make sure it has black sails too. So.
Roll me a perception check.
Ooh, fun.
So, how do I do this? You notice that the sails, more or less, are rolled up at the very top of the mast. And you can't be sure. You're not 100%. You feel like that the dark brown, reddish color that they were looks more black right now.
Alright. Well, we're gonna be. We don't. What's our plan for going ahead?
We
What are
are
we doing
on
from
our
here?
way to the human kingdom to proceed with the
Great.
treaty.
Well, I'm gonna call dibs on a room first, since I stole it. So, I'm gonna go down, look for a room that's nice and cozy, and then I'm going to hide the holy relic.
All right. So you walk below deck of this Corsair, and you come to the crew
Mm.
quarters, and you see 7 rooms. What room are you picking?
The How was it laid out?
So you have, as you walk down the second or the stairs to the second deck, there's 3 rooms on this side and 4 rooms on the other side, culminating in a large hallway with a large door on the back side that says "Do not enter."
Well, first let's enter
Uh-oh.
that and see what's in there.
I
So
feel like
as
that's not a
you
good idea.
What? This is not a
as
good idea?
Yes,
you
because I feel
approach
like you're
the
about to
door,
walk into the intestines of a fucking thing.
Alright, that's fine. If it is that, then I'll leave. But I just want to, like, open the door and look in.
I'm sorry. Apologies. Again, not
so
so great.
as you approach this door and you grab the handle is icy cold
Hmm.
and does not
Hmm.
move when you turn it. Now, do you want to try to
Hmm.
pick it or force it?
And can I look through the keyhole?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay, cool.
As you get down to try to look through the keyhole, it's almost like somebody put a finger on the other side of it, just like boop.
Oh, what?
You didn't see anything other than like what might have been light peeking through that keyhole suddenly go dark.
Hmm.
Not entirely sure.
Uh. Hmm. Alright. Well, I'm gonna think about this for a minute. We can go back to Sharky. How about that? Or go back to Ellie.
LA. You have the good captain, free trading entrepreneur, standing in your doorway.
God, I have to figure out how to word this question.
What is it that you would like to know?
I would like to know if he has any books of runic languages that could potentially add to my collection to try and understand my own runic language that is specific to me.
So he hears what you're asking,
And if I
and
need
he
to, I
looks
shall
at
pull
you.
out my notebook of my own runic language and show him.
Ooh, that is
Because
a
I feel like very few people within this world and or history would know it.
roll me a persuasion, but you get +5 because you're gonna offer the notes. So you got a 12. So as you ask him the
Barely.
question, he's kind of hesitant because even to him, this language that he has just scribed onto your ring is older than he is, and he's pretty old.
It
But
doesn't have to be specifically the one that you wrote on my ring, just any language in general.
this
With the
this
translation.
language is this is the breath of creation. This is the language that the gods spoke. And I know very few words in it myself. But as you show him your notes, it he kind of geeks out over it a little bit. He's super excited and loses his composure because, as a 500-year-old dragon, and he's looking at this is something he's never seen before. And he's kind of, you know, you can't see him writing it down, but he's memorizing bits of this and that. Just like, if I ever see these types of things again, I'll be able to recognize it. But he does
May I
offer
offer him
you.
to make a copy of it,
Ooh. He
if you would
kind of
like?
He's super excited
Because
about
it's
this.
also not just about the runes. There also are notes for the runes about how to use the magic in tangent with them, because you have to use your magic very specifically with it. Otherwise, it could do fucky shit.
Damage.
He eagerly starts reaching into his own bag of holding, and he's looking through various books, and he comes across the one that is a volume of ancient languages, but most of them you're pretty sure you know already. There's a few words here and there in each book that he's handing you before he pulls out this one
I
tome
would say the only
that
runic language I would know would be the one that
you've created.
the one that I've created, and the Elven one, which should be the one that I am.
He hands you one final book, and you need to make a note of this while you take this book. It is a grimoire. It is. Roll me a d20 real quick.
Ooh.
You've heard
It's
the
a
term
grimoire.
grimoire, and you know it has some sort of connotation. You're not quite sure where you heard it, or really what it
Black
is,
Clover.
but it is a book wrapped in dragon scales. This entire book is got scales from at least 20 or 30 different dragons on it.
How the fuck?
And as you open
Dragons scale their
the first page, roll me a
ranges.
d20.
Sorry, dragons shed their scales. That's what I was trying to say.
As you open this first page, at first you do not recognize any of the symbols on this
Give me a minute.
This worked out better than I thought it would. I'm gonna take some sip. So as we put this on pause, everybody still having fun? Tomorrow's a big
chilling.
day for y'all.
I'm gonna go harass Murphy when she's done what she's doing.
I'm going
Because I gotta reconvince him to come with us.
to. Gotcha. Oh, hey. Can I try and get in that door?
She wants to try.
You want to still
He
try to
wants
get
to-
in the door?
Oh god, where am I? Oh, I'm back.
I'm about
I
to
was
kick
in
that
the
fucking door down.
I was in the void. Okay, can you go back to your explanation real quick, please?
Oh, yes.
I was making
Yes.
sure
Oop,
there
give me
wasn't
that
a dog trying to get into the bathtub of the bathroom that is behind this wall to try and drink the water out of the bottom of the fucking bathtub.
Dog's being a weirdo. Don't drink bathwater.
Mhm.
As you look at the first page in this book, everything just looks like scribbles to you. It has not got any rhyme or reason. But the more you look at it, the more things start to take a form that you can read and recognize. Sometimes it's the language that you know. Sometimes it's
What?
Elven. Sometimes halfway through a sentence it is in the runes that you have made.
Which do not currently have a name.
And sometimes it is something altogether clearly magical because as they're on the page, they keep shifting and changing. As Durnovan is watching you take your first look in this book, he kind of peeks over the front cover and looks down. And to him, it's just a page with, a table of contents and things like that. But you seem way too enraptured, so it's got to be something different than what he saw when he opened it the first time.
Can I explain to him what I am seeing and ask what the fuck is happening?
Sure, roll me a intelligence check. D20.
What?
So you look at him and look at the book, and you kind of are doing your best to translate what you're seeing with what he sees in this book. And it kind of makes sense to him. He does understand, and he tells you not everybody is ever going to see the same thing when they pick up this book. This is a grimoire of the ancients. It's got new things that update. It updates itself with things that it has never seen or been near. There's no possible way this grimoire has been to some of the things while I've had it. But as I've read it, I have known what has occurred completely opposite of this planet.
Huh?
On the other side of the world,
Hold on.
across the
No,
great...
Huh? Say that sentence again? Wait a minute. What?
This grimoire has told me of events that have occurred where it had no way of knowing. It's not prophetic, because
Prophetic?
I started... It's not telling me the future, but it knows things that it shouldn't know. It is as
So
an
what you're
event
telling
happens,
me
I
is-
will make a note.
So
And
what
then
you're
I will
telling
hear
me
about it
is
later.
keep it in my oh god, bag of holding.
He nods. He said, I would give this to you, except I'm not giving it to you. It's on loan. But given that you have given me something new to look over and study, I will trade this with you for now.
Okay. So return it before I leave.
No, you can hold on to it. Just don't lose my book. And as the last words leave his mouth, you feel that the words of a dragon have just told you, if you lose this book, you should also be lost.
Yes, sir.
As he turns and tips his head to you, he wishes you a good night and says, quit blowing up my ship, before he takes off up the stairs.
I'm not trying to.
Stop.
Coming back to you, Lorax, you are still at the keyhole. And you know something is blocking you from seeing through it. What do you want to do? Actually, tell me what tools you carry with you.
I remember my daggers. And I think that's all I have on me at the moment.
Alright. You want to get in this room.
Yeah. Is there any other way in this room?
No, this is the very back of the ship. There's no real way to kind of go around to get in it. You didn't see any windows back here.
Alright, well...
Go down. No, go. Bear, get out of his...
I try to pick the lock.
Come on, Bear.
Roll me a D10 black dice.
Atlas, stop. Bear, come on. Go to your bed.
So, with a little finesse, a little work with
Bear,
your
go to your bed.
daggers, you hear the telltale pop
Go to bed.
of the tumblers in the
you.
lock opening. As the door swings inward, it is pitch black in this room. But the light filtering down the staircase from the moon above does kind of illuminate it a little bit. Roll me a perception check. As you peek in
Stop.
there, it does kind of look like something is quickly moving out of the way. Almost like it can sense where your gaze is faced at, and it's clinging to the shadows and kind of just disappearing. Are you gonna step into this room?
Is there a light nearby, like a lantern?
There are a few lanterns on wall sconces around the room. And you can light them if you so choose. They're thaumaturgical, so it's... You walk up and you press the button, and a blue flame emits.
Atlas.
Then I go and light the lantern.
Stop.
As you light
Stop.
the lantern and you turn around, this room is empty. And you feel a slight thrumming from something on your person. Roll me a perception check to see if you can figure out what that is.
Fuck.
You don't know what it is. You're kind of patting down and everything.
I check the holy
And-
relic.
As you check the relic, it is still safely folded and secured inside its pouch.
Alright. I
Okay,
check
we got
the room.
Panty Paladin. As you check the room, you notice that it's
The rum
the
on
rum.
my person.
Oh,
Why is the rum gone?
why is the rum gone? You're looking, and none of the rum is moved. None of it's vibrating. But everything seems to be the way it should be. You just felt like 3 low pulses come off of your person. And
Hold on. I'm letting Atlas out of my room. No, stop barking.
Alright.
I don't know why he's having a fit.
Fuck. And what else is in this room?
just the lanterns are in this room.
Sorry.
There's
You still can
nothing
hear me?
nothing really going on in here.
Well, I step out into the hallway, leaving that door open, and then I go to the third one on the left. From heading down the stairs, the third one on the left.
As you enter this room, describe the room that you would like to see in here.
I'm gonna say a hammock and a chest and a shelf next to a desk and a chair.
So as you open this door, the handle just, not a squeak or a creak of the floorboards. As you open this door, this room is exactly how you imagined it would be.
Nice.
So, are you going to sleep here tonight?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll sleep here, but first I'll make
That
a
would
secret
lie.
compartment in my my desk that holds the holy relic.
Butcher doesn't know. You gotta be quiet.
Yeah, but oh, fucking hell.
Great. The Panty Paladin
It's not a mess.
is storing holy relics. Alright. As you go about trying to set up a secret space, you're thinking about it, and as you pull the drawer open to see how you'd go about doing this, a
Sorry.
small latch drops out of the bottom of this drawer. Like a small, just a little turnstile latch.
Nice.
So
Put
as
the
you
holy
turn
relic in there and
it seamlessly opens, you place your relic inside, and you turn the handle again, and it slowly disappears under a charm magic. A magic you're familiar with because you've used it before.
Oh yes.
Whoops.
Nice. I am satisfied.
Sorry, Sharky.
So as you crawl into your hammock and you set Vixen down, Vixen kind of bounces over underneath the hammock, directly underneath you, and stays there. That being said, we are going to go back to... Everybody's laying down to sleep right now, right? Nixie, you're in bed? No, you're going to see Murphy.
Gotta go harass Murphy. I'm sorry, Sharky.
I'm going
I
to be
wasn't
looking at
trying to
books.
scare you. I was trying to tell you to shush about. I know you know, but Pudger doesn't.
But
gotta be
I'm
quiet.
not sober, and you
doesn't
scared the
know.
shit out of me.
Wasn't
Pudger
trying to
cannot
scare
know.
you. Not yet.
Pudger
You'll figure it
cannot
out soon, hopefully.
What did I do? What did
You didn't
I
do anything wrong. Not yet, I don't think,
Not
at
you.
least.
Yeah, sure.
You
Nothing.
just have strange choices. Or luck. You know, strange luck. I think that would be the better option, or better
Dinosaur
term.
are my favorite today.
I was gonna say,
They are.
the dice are 50-50 with me. Or not with Sharky. Not a whole lot, at least.
As you come down, and you finally got Kalar tucked into bed, you see Murphy kind of just sitting, leaned against the wall outside your room, because he was kind of waiting to talk to you, just like you were waiting to talk to him. So as
When
you
the
step
fuck
around
did
the
you get
corner,
there?
and he's standing there.
How long have you been standing there?
Long enough to watch you steal that pot and drag it all the way across the ship.
Look, I'm not fighting Kalar and having his fucking food. I'll put it back in there later when he's asleep.
He
Try-
kind of
Try prying a teen dragon's little claws off of a goddamn pot while you're trying to carry them to bed.
He just shrugs his shoulders and he says, "You don't have to tell me. I knew. I've been there. I get it. Was not exactly the most graceful eater." Disregard comment. You are reading a
The
book,
dragon.
madam.
You have other siblings.
He kind of is just like, oh, Anyway,
I'm gonna take that as a yes.
he,
What did
it-
you
he-
come down
he's
here to
just-
talk to me for?
I know why you're here. I know what you're gonna tell me. And I thought maybe I could head you off at the pass before we got too far into an argument.
What? Why do you think I'm here, Murphy?
You're here to try to get me to take the fall for, a whole week's worth of food that your dragon just ate.
You're funny. No, that's not why we came back to Hollowrock. Actually, why did we come back to Hollowrock? Hold on. Put a pause on this for a second. Do y'all remember why we went
We
back
came
to
back to
Hollowrock?
Hollowrock
Yeah, we went to
to talk
Hollowrock
to
'cause we were going
talk
the
to
other
Murphy
place,
about the fucking Jin,
And the arrows.
which we already have confirmation about.
We did talk about the gin.
Yeah, and the arrows.
Arrows.
And y'all talked about
Okay.
the arrows.
And we're on our way to the human kingdom.
Yes. Anyways, that's
It was perfect.
Or
no.
in the
Why would?
direction of it, at
First of
least.
all, we wouldn't have been in this mess if it wasn't for you. So why would I have came back all the way to Hollowrock to talk to you about food that didn't even exist at the time?
He kind of scratches his chin and is like, "Oh, I thought you were just, talking about the last 30 minutes. I don't know. I was gonna let you know now. I wasn't taking the fall for that. You're gonna have to own up to that one."
I will bring the frickin' cauldron back into the kitchen later. And
There's not gonna be any food in that. That's the problem.
I'll,
that
I'll
was a
leave money.
week
It's
of
it's
food.
fine. They'll be fine.
A week? I call lies.
That's a baby dragon.
Sorry.
He's eating weeks worth of food.
But it's a cauldron. It's not that big.
It is a big cauldron. When I say a cauldron, you gotta think
I'm thinking massive.
probably her size.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, exactly. Pudgy got it.
I have not watched all those
Anyways,
movies. I've
neither
only
have
watched
I.
up to the third one. I can no longer
We
finish that.
initially came to talk to you about some recent events that took place within another couple of kingdoms, sort of in between them, because we got mixed up in a war. That you are well aware of. Because you helped keep it at bay, quote unquote.
I had limited options. The actions I took. Excuse me?
Just keep going.
You have not been dismissed from the realm of souls. Get back here.
Keep going.
I had limited options. I made the best decisions I could make
I
with
had
the...
limited options, but I sent my friends to go and almost get murdered by a bunch of fucking crazy priests. You couldn't have warned
First
us?
off, I didn't know they'd gone crazy. Second, you were
They
supposed
were
to go
trying
find
to
the priest.
kill us. You didn't know that they were killing people to keep the magic up in the city?
Why would I know that?
You've been to the city. Why did you not know that?
It has been... And he kind of looks away for a moment. Like, up.
Look.
And he's
okay.
like, oh.
Look. Doesn't matter. The genie's gone. I wished him free. The war's back on. We have gotten the two dwarven... I can't think. Palaces to make a treaty. At least for the time being.
You got
we have
Virax and Vigo and Lyrax to agree to something?
I kind of threatened them.
Huh?
With a dragon. But yes. Yes, I did. I also beat the shit out of Lyrax.
I did.
Don't talk shit about my child. That's all I gotta say.
Damn.
He kind of just looks at you, and as his mouth is hanging open, he kind of like realizes where he's doing, and he closes his mouth, and he looks at you kind of in a new light. Like, I sent you to go find a priest. I knew where a priest was. I didn't know you were going to do all of this.
I kind of
it's like as he's running
said
through
priest as well.
As he's running through all of the information you told him, he comes to the part about the genie, and then he kind of freezes up, and he's like, you set an avatar of a god free.
This is previous
Yes.
knowledge we've already obtained.
Yes, I did.
You didn't tell him where I was. Yes.
No, why would I? What did you do?
Listen, we're not talking
We
about
already
that.
know
That's
he's the
for
one who
later
put him in there.
tomorrow.
Okay.
That's for
Look.
tomorrow.
Murphy's one of the people who put him in there.
While we were there, after we had set the genie free and destroyed the city, me and Ellie were
After we crossed
watching over the
paths.
rest of the group. They were sleeping. This is when we met the dwarves. While we were standing out there in the field talking to these dwarves, Vigo got shot in the arm by somebody completely out of the blue, like near the military little groups did it.
You should probably
know
come to
who
me
did
'cause I
it.
have the arrow.
Ellie does still have the arrow.
If you need it.
But I
did
know
both.
who fired the arrow, and I need your help. Because I also know who
Am
turned
I-
that person into a werewolf.
Ah. Okay. Is there money in it? I like to think of myself as a very
I mean, if you
benevolent
want
person,
to
but I have to have.
steal from some royalty after we kick their asses, sure. Sure, Murphy. Royalty.
50%.
I don't care how much you steal from them. I need them to stop coming out and trying to kill me and my party.
65%, because now there's an added level of danger.
Murphy. My parents are out trying to kill us. Kill me. Again.
I always thought I should have ate them when I had the chance.
Huh?
Hey, look, troublesome teen years, okay? You just gotta go with it. He can't hear you. We're not having this conversation. No, he's like,
I
fine.
know.
They sent
I almost forgot for a moment.
Murphy. They sent a mercenary or something, some kind of assassin, but they sent him through a portal. I have no idea how the fuck they're using portal magic, but I'm assuming they're going through practically the essential underworld where tieflings come from. I don't know
He
for
kind of
sure.
just shrugs his. He's like, you didn't get a calling card or anything? Like, he snaps his fingers and, like, he snaps 4 times and there's 4 different portals that open in front of you. He's like, I could take us
You need to come get the
to a
sword that I
bunch of
have.
different places, but without knowing who or what, can you give me any better description of this person?
I didn't get a good look. I was too busy trying to fucking help Ellie, who got fucking poisonous daggers in her back. She was coming back to get some assistance because we had 5 people fighting this one dude and they were all getting their asses kicked. He had some kind of weird soul magic or some kind of demon attached to him. Because nobody could get close enough to do any damage to him. He had some kind of, like, barrier. But when we had one of our barbarians, who you have trapped in a crystal, got close enough to finally do a hit, the demon, or whatever it was, came out of his body, practically, and stuck a claw straight through the dude's chest, and there was no physical damage on the outside, but he was turned into a werewolf. Once this assassin realized that there was the possibility of him getting hit, he turned tail and ran back through the portal.
Kinda sounds like a messenger of the hunt, but
Again, may I remind you that I have his sword?
He had a
If you would like to tell him that.
we picked up some of his items cursed sword, the daggers, and I think a couple of arrows that we had grabbed from both where Vigo got shot and another point where he had shot at somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ellie's holding on to those currently.
I will ask about those later to confirm
We
my
didn't.
suspicions.
We did not pick up the daggers. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, we did. I think I grabbed them. That
I
might have
think
been
those
what
are what you're using.
I was gonna say that might have been what I stabbed
No.
the werewolf with earlier, but I don't.
She has her daggers
know.
and then probably those other daggers. I don't
I know
if
we
she
picked
has
up
them.
the poisonous daggers because I grabbed them before we left.
I mean, I know you pulled them out of my bag, but I don't know if you picked them up. I
For
don't
the
know.
sake
And
of
oh my god damn it! I will be right back again.
for the sake of just cuz, you do have those daggers,
I
and
can
they
I have to
are
use the
on your
bathroom
person.
again. God
Okay.
fuck.
I will
damn it.
present those to him then.
As he takes the daggers from you, he starts off by just rotating it, trying different things like heating it up with his magic or just
Mm.
kind of fooling
Most
around with it.
tiefling items would be heat resistant, though.
And he kind of tells you, I believe it's the messengers of the hunt. And the last time I heard that name, several empires fell. It's not a big group, but it is a very old group. A very strong group of individuals that
That's
have more than one
terrifying.
dragon kill under their belt.
Shit. By the seams of it, they're who my parents are using to come after me. They really want me dead right now, apparently, which seems to tell me that one of my siblings are probably coming of age.
He leans back and he kind of sighs. He's like, "You guys and your politics, they
It wasn't my
really,
fault
really-
that I was born into royalty that didn't want me.
it is." For a half second, he kind of. It's like he's not there. He's standing there that day where he found you among those druids, and he's hearing you tell the story, and he kind of snaps back to it.
What happened?
That is something only I know. This is one of those things where I tell y'all, if y'all make a backstory, we'll have one-to-one interactions where like Murphy knows about Nyx's past and Durnavan.
I don't think anyone knows about mine yet.
The DM knows. The DM knows.
I would say that
Sorry, no, I'm
Frodo
asking what
makes
happened 'cause I just got
personal
back from the bathroom
NPCs
again.
for your characters, so it's not necessarily going to be like Murphy knows everyone's backgrounds. It depends on your background, and he makes personal NPCs that will go along with it for you.
I will help you
I know.
gain vengeance, and there will be some fucking soul-wrenching parts that come from this, I assure you.
Soul wrenching? That is a new term.
Means I'm gonna either make you angry, sad, or
All
you're
of the
gonna cry.
above.
And I promise you,
All of the above.
I feel
That's
like
fine.
I've got a
That's
few
fine.
parts written down for each of you so far. The only one I can't nail down is you, Lorax. Your day is coming.
You need to give him lore. You have to
I
give
need
him the
lore.
trauma, aka lore.
I will.
You know what? That's how I'm gonna start referring to it now. So what's your lore?
I'm sorry. I refer to trauma as lore now because of a meme that I saw. I can't remember if it was on
I
Reddit
mean,
or
that
Twitter.
is essentially what a background for a character is.
It
It's
was Twitter.
considered lore.
Me?
Which is trauma. Sometimes.
Sometimes. Mine always are. They always have some kind of
So what's your
traumatic.
lore? You mean trauma? No, I mean lore. Because that's technically what it is. If
It's
you
gonna
think
be
about it,
good.
I'm going to tell you now, though. This is how it always goes in D&D. If you didn't traumatize your character already, DM always ends up doing it for you.
oh, I've already gave him
Don't
an
worry.
inkling.
I've been
too.
looking at a bunch
Always.
of like inspirational things for some interactions with later individuals that you will have that will probably shock you and stun you forever.
Okay, let's continue with where the fuck we were
Talking
before we get too
to
derailed.
As
Murphy.
he,
Not getting
as
derailed,
Murphy
just talking.
brings himself back to the present, he kind of looks at you and hands the dagger back, and he says, "I don't think you have much to worry about. It was a few of us last time that brought them down, and they were whelps when they did it, so surely a few old heads could come together and reach a common ground to eliminate a threat like this. Most of you would believe that it would be easier for dragons if there were no empires. No. Dragons by nature lazy. We only raid if we have to. We only fight
But
if
strong.
we want to. And it's
Yeah, well, I think
far better to just extort you to make you bring stuff to us.
I think my parents' empire needs to come to an end, at the very least of their reign. My siblings, I'm not so sure. It would depend on how they've been raised, whatnot. They were sweet when I last
You
knew
will-
them, but with my parents raising them, who knows?
He places a gigantic gauntleted hand on your shoulder and tells you, it's gonna be alright. This is nothing new. It's just a different day for something old. And he walks to
Says
his
you,
quarters
old man.
and says, I heard that. And he says, I'll go with you. I at least want to see if these things are really back or if it's just some very convincing lookalikes. With that being said, you can either lay down or
Yeah, I'm going to bed down. That's all I had to do.
Lorax, you have already laid down. Ellie, what are you doing right now? Still reading the book?
Mm-hmm.
I can assure you nothing is going to occur tonight. So we're actually, you three roll me a d20.
Fuck, throwing my remote.
What? Me too. Sorry, I was
Yep.
texting.
D20.
Yeah, you're okay. D20s.
Ooh.
Damn
Oh
those
god, we
numbers.
all rolled bad.
Oh no, Lorax, you're the first one to wake up. When
It's
you
initiative.
hear ship that you have commandeered, with Captain Durnovan sitting at your desk with his legs crossed, waiting for you to wake up from your wonderful sleep.
That bitch.
Oh shit.
As you kind of groggily do your little, I don't want to be here, you hear him loudly clear his throat, just a
Oh shit.
What
I
do you,
tap the box and say, go get his boot.
as Vixen takes off like a bullet towards Captain Durnovan's boot, you hear an ethereal growl so loud
Oh shit.
that the window pane and clears his throat again as Vixen slowly, scoots backwards right beneath the hammock again.
I roll out of the hammock onto the floor next to Vixen.
Damn.
And go ahead and roll me a d12 for resistance.
Oh. Oh shit.
Woo, that's not good. So you rolled out of bed onto the floor next to Vixen, and you are both shivering. You don't know how a box can shiver, but you know how you shiver, and you are shivering. Dernovan kind of looks at you, and for a moment there's a softness that enters his eyes. He's like, "Oh, that was a little too much." But it's gone just as quickly as you saw it, and he's like, "Listen, I don't know what you were planning on, but I know you are going to have some part to play in stealing this." He's like, "Far be it from me. Clearly you know what you're doing here." And he kind of stands up and he's like, "I will load this ship with provisions. We're a few hours away from the human empire. From the palatial kingdom of... Somebody give me a name. I forgot to give a name. I meant to write this down.
Hold on. Let me find my phone. I have it. I should have it at least.
Do you have a name?
No, we came up with a name last time, did we not?
Did we? I think we did.
Maybe. Yeah, possibly.
If we did,
don't
I'd write it down.
remember.
But I thought we did.
I need a name for a human... The biggest human settlement on this side of the country.
I was gonna say something dumb. I don't know
Stonewall
why.
or
California
Iron Wall. Take your pick.
I was about to be a dumbass and just say Boston out of nowhere. I don't know
Welcome to
why that came to
Boston.
mind.
I'm not doing an accent for that.
No, it was just. Don't worry about it.
Baston.
Welcome to Boston. No, I'm not doing that. So,
Largest
Iron Wall,
city in
Stonewall.
existence is Tokyo.
In Boston.
we're not doing Boston. No.
Or Tokyo.
I said Baston.
Baston?
Mm-hmm. Because Boston. That's just slightly changed it.
Having a base Japan would help with the airship, because technically would be going over water.
That's funny. It's because Tokyo's across seas. I'm
The
cracking
kingdom
jokes.
of... No, you're good. The kingdom of Iron Wall is on the horizon. You can see airships coming and going from the ports. You see, it's massive. From your perspective, it completely fills out the horizon. Like, you can't look one way or another without seeing parts of the city. But Lorax, as he's telling you this, you hear crewmates kind of hurriedly loading the ship down with food, water, some mending gears, just small things, and they bring a few pieces of livestock on board. You thought that was weird, but whatever. And
They loaded some rum, right?
some...
Okay, can we not, with the drunkenness of our actual characters, because currently one of our characters is trying to be is trying to be assassinated.
The characters aren't drunk right now.
Yes,
But
I mean,
the rum.
that one.
Can we not?
That one has rum.
No,
but
for provisions, rum is used in grog.
Not
to just
important.
keep water healthy.
It is
Just saying.
slightly important. Because you came up with that, and because I actually do know that was a thing that used to be done, the alcohol content will be negligible. But they will bring a few barrels of rum to mix with water, and those chairs are off. I don't know how that's still on.
We're apparently
But
not
they
off.
will bring you. They will bring a few barrels of rum along with all the other provisions.
Good for provisions.
What did you roll, Ellie? Was it a 6 or a 4?
She rolled the 4. I rolled the 6.
Okay, so we're coming to
I don't
you,
know.
Murphy, and Kalar, Nix. You've woken up to hearing
Take the talk that
shouts
I'm
from the
allergic
top
to.
deck.
Oof. Sorry. Continue.
You better be okay.
I'm fine.
You've come awake to the sound of rapid activity on the top deck, shouts, people moving, ropes being pulled tight, all of that good jazz. And you walk outside and you see Murphy strapping his boots back on and preparing to go up the stairs. When he sees you, he kind of gives you like a half-hearted wave before he picks up Kalar, who is still, by the way, clinging to that pot in his sleep.
Gonna try to
At this
stop Kalar
point.
from bringing that with us. Can't take the pot.
So, as you
Can you wake
are
Kalar?
like, yeah, Kalar's still asleep. He's just got his head stuck in this pot, and he's got a death grip on it.
We gotta remove that death grip while he's asleep.
Go ahead and roll me a strength check.
Oh god.
I mean, you could just yell at
Like-
him in your head and out verbally at him to wake up.
Yeah, but he'll still cling to the fucking
can try
pot
it.
because he's goofy.
So, as Kalar, you do manage to pry Kalar's talons loose from the side of the pot, and you begin pulling him away, but out of nowhere, quick as lightning, he bites the edge of the cauldron and sinks his teeth into it
Gonna smack his
and
snout.
does not let go. As you begin smacking his snout, you hear,
Drop it.
"Why is everything so angry?"
Put it down, you
Why
little
is-
shit!
He wakes up and he's kind of groggy and he's still getting pelted across his head, so he's just kind of bouncing and he's like, "Oh, it's empty anyway." He spits it out, stands up. Roll me a perception check.
Good god, the numbers are not with me.
As you're looking at him, you're like, you're not sure, but he does look a bit taller
He's
than he
getting
was
bigger.
last night.
He's getting bigger. I'm just gonna...
You burning up those bad numbers? I understand.
Wow.
I got one fucking 20 out of all of that, but that... God, the fucking dice are not with me tonight.
So as you do all of that, you grab Kalar, and as you pick him up, you notice his toes are dragging the floor anyway. And you're just like, look, as you set him down, go to the top deck, and we'll be with you shortly.
Am I steering?
I was gonna say, we're not even on that little
So-
ship yet.
As you get to the top deck with Murphy and Kalar, we're gonna go to Ellie. Ellie, are you packing and ready to go?
Do I need to roll perception to see if anything's missing?
You can
Minus
in fact,
one
roll a
item.
Perception. Oh shit!
Damn!
Oh shit.
Ellie, as you're packing up each thing from the chest of drawers on the wall, you have gone through the first drawer. All your outfits are there. You've gone through the second drawer. All your little odds and ends and tools and shiny bits of metal and things, they were all there. But there's one thing missing. And because you have an attentive mindset, you are very much aware that there is a pair of your undergarments not where you left it. And you're meticulous. You know you didn't lose that. You could say it was your favorite pair. And you know you have not lost those. But you have checked everywhere in this room. And it is not there.
And you also don't know who did it.
You do not know who has done it.
But do I have an idea? Because I have been attempted to be stolen from before.
You could.
Maybe by
But
someone in particular.
It is a big ship and there's a lot of people on it.
Then am I ever? May I bring this to the attention of?
Yes, you can. You can bring this to the attention of a 500-year-old dragon who runs a pirate fleet that you have lost your underwear.
I would say lost. I would say stolen.
Oh my, they were stolen.
So as you stomp, you've packed your room, as you stomp your way up the stairs, and you see Captain Dernovan is on the small Corsair, currently talking to the Lorax and Vixen. And they're both on the floor, kind of just like sitting there. And you can see them through the window of the bedroom that they're in, from the way it's set up. As you make your way over there, you pass
I'm
by
sorry, me and ADHD brain. I'm gonna have to ask you to re-say all that.
You're okay. So you stomp your way to the top deck. You are looking over, and you can see the Lorax, Vixen, and Captain Dernovan having it out while they are loading the Corsair with all sorts of goods and supplies.
Wait,
And
the Mick and the captain are what?
they're all Captain Dernovan's talking to Vixen and
The Lorax.
the Lorax.
Oh, okay.
As you're making your way up the stairs with an almost perceptible storm cloud above your head, you pass by Nyx, Murphy, and Kalar, and you kind of spare them a passing glance. Are y'all gonna follow them over there to the other ship?
I mean, might as well. We're about to go off on our own.
All
I
right.
feel like I would be more embarrassed than angry.
I didn't really unpack anything, as I don't got
kind of
anything to
annoying.
unpack, so I'm already packed up.
So you can pull the captain aside privately to talk about this, if you so
Mhm.
choose. So as y'all make your way across the gangplanks, connecting the two ships together, those big ropes
The
have finally
what?
been untied. Gangplanks. It's like a
Okay.
walkway with little...
Gangplank, not gay planks. Okay, got it.
They can be gay planks. You don't know. Those trees' preferences were their own. You don't know that. They could be gay planks.
Definitely an asexual.
I'm making
Asexual planks.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna do a goofy.
As you walk across the planks to the deck of the Corsair, Ellie, you decide to go right up to the captain, and you kind of how do you get his attention?
How are you getting Captain Durnavan's attention to talk to you?
Yeah. He's kind of currently talking to the Lorax.
While she thinks about that, I'm gonna walk to the very front tip of this ship. I'm gonna pick up Kalar. I'm probably gonna fall doing this.
Do a Titanic.
But I'm going to try to, essentially do what Murphy did that one time and, toss him up
Do a
in the
Titanic?
air, but not, throw him. I'm gonna try to tell him to, flap your wings! Try to fly!
Okay, so you're gonna
Wish-
impromptu flying lessons as you walk over and you get close to Kalar and you
Just
pick him
tell
up.
him to,
you walk
open
to
his
the-
wings. Let him see what it feels like to have wind underneath his wings.
Roll me a strength check.
Oh, good
but
God,
you
I'm
gotta
gonna
roll it
drop
twice.
him.
So as you pick him up,
I'm gonna fall.
you reach through the mind link, and he's kind of doing a little bit of squirming, but not noticeable. He's not trying to get out of your hands. He's just more or less trying to get comfortable as you've picked him up. Kind of like a long cat. You know, when you pick up a cat under their armpits and they're just like. He's basically done that. And of course, his back feet are still touching the deck of the ship. At this point, standing straight up, he's almost as tall as you. And as you
Lengthy
whisper
boy.
through your mind link, what are you telling him?
Try to fly. I don't fucking know. Flap your wings! Flap your wings, my boy!
You
Thinking of that
feel,
one meme.
you feel.
Oh no, my
I'm
boy!
confused. Sorry,
Oh,
Wizard of
no,
Oz.
That's my boy. Oh no, my boy. Father, help. Okay, as you pick him up, you feel a almost mischievous smile before that emotion disappears
Oh God.
as he kind of slowly stretches his wings out
He's gonna drag me in.
before, as they get to almost full extension, he snaps them open. And as the membranes catch air, this is why you rolled that second strength check. As the membranes catch
Oh
air,
God.
it immediately snatches you backwards.
Oh shit.
As he rolls over the
Very
top
silly.
of you, you hear oops. A not very sincere oops, but, oops. As he kind of dips his wing membranes down to kind of keep himself just kind of floating there. Not really flapping his wings, just soaring, kind of
It's 'cause there's so
bobbing
much
up and
wind.
down
Yeah.
at deep speed. And he's like, well, I can do that now, I suppose. Why? Why would I do that? It's so much better to just have y'all carry me. You hear Murphy, almost like Murphy was listening to this mental dialogue between you two. Murphy busts out laughing after Kalar finishes that sentence before covering his mouth and turning away from y'all.
I'm just on the ground, pretty much laughing. Not only that, I was like, yeah, I didn't think that one through either. But at least I know he can fly now. We'll have to
As
try
you
it without
say
the
this-
wind there, though. We'll see if he can still do it on his own. He'll be like, nah,
As
it's too much
you say that last bit, he's like, yeah, no.
Yeah,
No.
I'm not
He
asking.
says, and neither was I. I was actually stating.
I
no.
don't care what you think you're stating. I'm not asking.
He kind of chuffs at you and blows like hot air across your face as you're on the ground.
I'm gonna yank
Before he
one of
kinda-
his back feet to pull him down.
Roll me a strength check and an acrobatics.
Oh god.
So as he's walking away, you kind of like reach out and you grab around his back leg, around the joints of his back leg, and you're like, "Where are you going?" And as you try to trip him as he walks away, instead what happens is he doesn't slow his stride at all. And he is now dragging you with him as he walks below deck, down the stairs.
He's got a lot
So,
stronger.
To give you an idea of what that sounds like, your daggers are clattering over each step, and at the time you're kind of doing a little exhale. So it's as you go down the stairs.
Fucking Undertale sound.
Yeah, exactly. Lorax, we come back to you being chewed out. You notice Ellie has entered the room and is looking pointedly at the captain, but not entirely sure what she's there for. What are you gonna do? You're currently being chewed out for, almost commandeering a vehicle, and you've kind of tuned out this dressing down. You're kind of hearing every third word about irresponsible and in danger and all of these words. You kind of just like, have you been with my party? That sums us up perfectly. So you've kind of just turned it out, and you're just hearing wah 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 as you see Ellie walk in the room.
Alright,
Is there
well, I pretend as though nothing is different, and I do not know what happened.
Following your eyes, Captain Durnovan looks at Ellie and then spins back around before straightening out his coat, and he asks you, Ellie, and is there anything that I can do to help you before you go?
I got a question.
What is that?
Would perchance any of your crew be thieves of sensitive clothing?
He kind of looks at you. He gives you a once over, and he's kind of like, everything is there. You're not running around naked. But he gives you the benefit of the doubt, and he's like, not that I'm aware of. What did they take? Or what was taken? Was it
The
jewelry?
gardens.
He kind of
Strange.
gives you a look. He's like, I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Underwear.
Ah, no, I don't believe any of my crew would have any need of that. They are well paid, and most of them are coupled together anyway.
Yeah, just see me get dragged past the door.
Yes, as
Can I
this
roll
is going
perception
on,
to see their reaction to this?
you can. Targeted perception is with disadvantage, though.
Why how strange? Who would steal
Roll-
undergarments? Wow.
Roll persuasion, Lorax.
Oh god.
But give me a second. I'm gonna give you a +3 on this.
It didn't help anyways.
I'm actually a little mad that was a 3. We're gonna do this one more time. We're gonna give you a +3 on this if you can get this right. Roll the dice. fuck?
The game said no. This is where we're staying.
All right. Ellie,
Oh, and now you roll a 20.
I wish you would have rolled that 20 a minute ago. Ellie, you look over and roll me another perception. Swear to God, you roll a 3. Okay, you're
Rolled
double
another
16s. So, as this has occurred, you're looking at the Lorax, and you see they've got a poker face on, and it's a good one. And they're like, "Oh no!"
Mhm.
As you fall into the table, the mimic under the chair has decided to eat one of your shoes.
I'm just getting dragged across the floor.
Yes. Passively, you have noticed that Kalar has pranced his way down to the lower decks, and behind him is his mother, just groaning as she is being battered around the staircase.
I could have at any time let go, but no, I'm just over here like, nah, I'm not letting go.
No, you rolled a 13 on the shrink check. You got diamond grip this time. You're not letting go. Couldn't let you let go if you wanted
We're
to.
trying
let
to
go.
trip him in front of them. Try to yank his leg again. Oh, I
Okay,
yanked my character.
I'm back. An accident may have occurred.
Somebody spilt their spicy juice.
Maybe.
That's
I've done it
exactly what
before.
happened.
I know the struggle.
It's a jar, Proto. I sent you a picture of it. So yeah.
Ooh, share. There goes some spicy juices. What was
And a
that
picture of
for?
it. Yeah.
I wasted it.
A little bit. Just a very small amount. Thankfully, I've drinking most of it. Half, maybe.
I'm gonna
Go back
try
to what
to
you were
yank
saying.
him back down.
So, as you are...
Unfortunately, my shorts were ruined.
As you were reading the expression on the Lorax's face, you notice that they have a very stone-faced appearance. They are giving you the best poker face, but you don't believe it. Something about it, you just don't believe it.
I'm sorry for the
That
noise
sixth
that I made when
sense.
I had to take the handset off. By the way.
Got that sixth
You are
sense.
quite alright. Roll me a stealth. No, not a stealth. You roll me a d20 for a secondary persuasion if you were going to be like, I will help you find the culprits or something like that.
Yeah.
That is a 2.
That's the wrong
and
dice.
It's a 5.
Do I have to
Roll
roll
me a
against
d20.
that?
You do. Well, you don't have to.
It's a 19.
Well,
Think somebody got caught.
let's hear your persuasion. How are you going to persuade Ellie that it's not you, that you had nothing to do with this harmless crime?
How strange. I mean, honestly, we were out finding the dragon and then heading to bed. That's what we did.
Sound of loading shot into gun.
Actually, you do have an opportunity here, Nick, to assist, because you heard this as you were drug past.
We were looking for Kalar! Still just getting dragged down the hallway.
So, and you rolled a 13, and you rolled a what, a 6?
Oh, I didn't even realize that I rolled that.
You rolled a 5, so it's 18. It's close, and there is 2 people that... There is somebody who can corroborate. Do you believe it?
Plus, I was busy stealing the ship and stuff.
Sharky's thinking of rolling another dice to decipher.
Durnavan looks at you and gives you a very disappointed look, Lorax, as you say, I was out here stealing a ship.
Can I try to trip Kaylor again?
Roll that. What are you rolling?
I honestly don't know what I'm rolling. Because I don't know what it would be called.
What are you trying to do?
Probably perception. She's trying to decipher if she believes me and Pudger or not.
Oh god, no, don't fall again.
I assume that would be perception or what, intuition maybe? I don't know.
Intelligence?
You could. Intuition
Yeah.
is a thing you could use here.
Oh, but
Holy shit!
Doesn't matter. Nah, that sixth sense is really kicking in.
I will answer one question that you have. Any question that you have, you can have an answer to. So, like, if you're trying, what are you trying to figure out right now?
If he's the culprit. Ellie is trying to find out if it was the Lorax.
Mm-hmm.
You harbor your suspicions, and you keep that close to your chest as you remember the one thief we have among our party.
That sixth sense just kicked in.
Let's not
Wasn't letting
forget that
up.
he's tried to steal from me before, at least twice.
This is true.
It was
Just
just
the
so.
sword.
Not only that, you tried to get into my fucking bag before the first time that I met you.
Metchy.
Well, that was before the bullshit happened, so yeah, we're all good for that, what you mean.
Heresy.
See, that right there was perfect RP. Thank you for that. Do more like that. You're doing great.
My trip attempt
That
failed.
was out of character, but okay.
Oh, it's in
Not a
character now.
Fit perfectly into character, yeah.
Y'all half the time don't realize
that
that
confidence.
our basic conversations that we have, quote unquote, out of character tends to be perfect for roleplay. Y'all just don't realize it.
What are you rolling for, Lorax? What is your plan here?
We're continuing on, right? So I should probably get to the steering mechanism.
Am I able to
All right.
take the fucking mimic away from him?
How dare you?
As you get up to leave the room, Lorax, are you gonna grab Vixen?
Yes.
You can interfere with, you can tell them or intimidate them to make them leave the box if that's what you want to do.
That's my right hand box.
So that's what we're doing?
They're fighting
Roll
for the
against
box.
each other. Go ahead. The fight for the child. So, I'll say how this goes. I'll set the scene. So as Ellie walks up to you, Lorax, and you're picking up Vixen, you're kind of using Vixen as like a shield. Like, look, it's cute. You don't really want to hurt me. Ellie reaches out, grabs the box, tucks it under one arm, and slaps your outstretched hands. And says, "Go steer the ship."
Okay, Mom.
As you walk up the stairs, and
Ellie goes, "Pardon?"
Oh. Uh-oh.
Nothing. Continuing on, steering the ship.
Do I
As you make your way
It's
to the
what
top
I
deck.
thought.
take notice to that door that
Now get!
the Lorax was trying to enter earlier?
Yes. As you come down the set of stairs, it is a door at the end of the hallway with a note on it that says, "Do not enter." And another smaller note underneath it that says, "This means you."
I'm gonna call for Durnavan. Just start yelling, Durnavan! Get down here! Sorry, my
my
throat's
God,
kind of
fuck,
closing
my
right
bed
now.
is
You
still
hear
wet. God damn it.
You hear a muffled, "I'm a 500-year-old demigod. I
I don't
am
give a
big
fuck!
enough to."
Get your butt
I'm
down here!
coming. As he steps
I
out
don't
of
know
the
if that vibe
room
was
and
forward,
walks
okay.
down toward you, he's like, "And yes, your majesty, how can I help you?"
Don't call me that again, I will smack the shit out of you. Is that how we feed it?
Ellie is heading towards the
Feet
deck of the ship, by the way, with the mimic.
So-
Is that a
suppressing-
yes or a no?
Don't sleep in there. And he turns around.
So yes,
and
that's
he
how we
walks
feed
away.
it. Thank you! I figured as much. I just wanted to make sure. Look, Lorax, you avoided getting eaten. Lucky you.
Yay!
Lorax still clueless as to what I'm talking about, but it's fine.
As you get as you get up
Just don't go in that door.
and
That's all.
you
Mhm.
walk away, Ellie, you now have Vixen, and Vixen is kind of just emitting a low chirping noise. As you
Fair.
walk around, you have choice of rooms. Which room are you taking? All of them except for the Lorax's room, which is marked by
Sleep in the one at the end. Okay.
I would
Of the
rather
dead.
pay attention to the mimic because I said I was heading towards the deck.
So you're gonna use the. You are going to use Vixen as like a detector of sorts.
No, I'm just curious on why they're making chirping noise.
We know why they're making chirping noises.
Not yet.
As you get to the top deck, you hear an answering 3-tone sound. Very loud. Like a war horn from an orc tribe. 3 times in response to the small chirping that Vixen has put out.
We're just
With
kind of
that-
waiting until Pudger figures it out.
Durnavan steps up into the middle of the deck, and him and his crew call everybody around. So Murphy, all of you are there.
Dragging KY's butt
And-
back up.
Within like 30 minutes, y'all are gonna be at the city of Ironwall. As Durnavan addresses all of you, he walks around and he starts handing each of you an item. Roll me a d20, Nixie.
Oh, good God. Oh, I just cleared up my dice.
For you, he hands you a set of daggers that are gilded with gold filigree.
I don't know what that means.
On the back of each dagger is a massive gemstone. On the dagger that you would carry on your left is a crystalline blue sapphire. Very rough, but inside it looks like lights dancing. And in the other dagger is a massive emerald. Again, rough cut. This time it looks like water is just kind of flowing in and out of it. Around the bottom of the hilt. Or the bottom of the pommel, excuse me. As he comes to you, Pudger, he exhales a very big, disappointed sigh by looking at the deck of the ship under your feet. And he pulls out this very ornate box.
Neat.
What do you mean? You want to do a narrative roll? D20? What are you rolling for? Perception?
Sure. Yes.
So, as you're looking at this box, you notice that the box itself is extremely valuable. It looks like it's... The gold filigree around every single edge is immaculate. The latch on the front is actually 2 rubies that kind of pop into a divot on it as the clasping mechanism. And the whole box itself is made out of a light blue, maybe, what is that, opal. All the way around, the whole box is made out of it like giant sheets were cut. As
Nice.
he opens and undoes the latch on this box, inside is a hat, a captain's hat. Here comes the fun part for you. You get to tell me what this hat looks like. I want the hat that the Lorax wants to wear. This will help me draw in all of y'all later.
Okay. It's like, you know how regular captain's hats are
Like the
from
tricorn
this
that
time period and
Durnavant's...
stuff.
Like
yeah,
that one?
yeah, like that one.
Yes.
And it's
Like the legendary Captain Jack Sparrow.
think of it like it matches my cloak.
Perfect. Alright, I can do that. So as you grab more work than just looking good and feeling good, as he hands you the box, hat and all. Ellie, turning to you, he hands you a perfect set of quills and notary equipment to help you with your studies. It's immaculate. The inkwell is a magical item in and of itself. It will never run out of ink. And the paper is waterproof.
Mayeth, I give him the highest form of respect, in that of a bow that an elf can give.
You may. You don't have to roll anything for it. As you do this, he acknowledges and returns the respect given to you, sharing a little bit of his knowledge of your culture. That being said, coming to Murphy,
Can I roll a perception to see if he fucked it up?
fucked up what? What?
The bow.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you can roll a perception for that.
See if he.
Okay, nope, never mind.
From as far as you can tell, it is a spot-on bow from a very specific clan of your people that you have had dealings with in the past. As he comes around to Murphy, he hands Murphy just a bag. It's empty, but he's like, it's a bag of holding. You should make sure you keep it nearby. But as he says, everybody roll me a perception check. Well, damn, okay. As he says, bag of holding, all of you hear him cough, and it almost sounds like he said something else, like a bag of hurtling, or y'all aren't really sure. It sounded different than what you thought he said, but nobody's really sure. And Murphy reaches out, places a hand on his shoulder, and he says, "It was good to see you, brother. Maybe in the next 150 years you can try again." He said, "God, I hope not. My boat can't take more damage." With that, him and his crew walk back across the gangplank.
I have a question before he leaves.
Yes.
May I also apologize for any damage we may have caused to his ship?
As you say this, Donovan turns around and he looks at you and he smiles before just kind of giving you once again the bow of respect that he gave you before, while telling you it's nothing to worry about. I'm not used to visitors, so it needs a little bit more baby proofing. As he walks back across the gangplank and into the bows of the ship, you
Ellie
hear
will remember
cannons.
never to use magic around his ship again. Specifically wild magic.
This is a Telltale Games moment. Ellie will remember not to do this again. The hunt will never stop.
I'm glad you got that
said,
reference.
Yes. As you do this, y'all realize in about 10 minutes y'all will be close to port. But as the main ship, did we ever name the ship? The big ship?
That is for
No.
Pudger to do once he finds out about what we've been keeping from him.
Ah, that's right. That being said, Pudger, you have a great and hefty responsibility.
While I
But
was
you
at
see
Walmart, I
Donovan's-
saw a Lego set from Lego Ninjago. I'm sure he should remember the name of that damn ship.
The Archimedes.
No.
No,
The
come on, I
Destiny's
don't remember
Bounty.
what it is. Ooh, fancy name. But I'm stealing that for the big ship. As you see Donovan's ship, the Destiny's Bounty, begin to turn and slowly drift away, you see massive cannons
Destiny's
open
Grace.
fire.
What?
And giant flares of sparkling, crackling, magical energy disperse, giving you a light show as a bit of farewell as you approach port.
Fireworks.
Now, essentially, yes. As the ship
Also
turns
said-
around and y'all...
Oh god, what did I say? Fuck, I can't remember.
As you
Oh
approach
god,
the
what?
port of Ironwall, Destiny's Grace.
Thank you, God.
Sorry, I had to roll the mental dice to figure out what you were going for. But as you roll that D20 for a while, hon, what are you looking for? I know you want something. I'll grant it to you. Oh, your hand just sitting there? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you wanted to
I
do
put
something
on-
else, being a dick. Sorry.
Really quickly, I will run down into my room, close the door, lock it, just to make sure I'm secure and stuff. And then I'll put on the hat, and I will... This is a very extremely fancy box, and it needs something very important to go in it. So, I think I will take the item from my hidden compartment and put it in here, and then put it on my top shelf.
Acknowledged. So as you do this, and you put this item, this holy relic into this box, and you return. You see that the port is only a few hundred feet away. Now, have you ever driven a ship of any kind before in your character's backstory? At any point in time, do you have anything like this?
Yes. A little bit.
D20.
Anything this massive? Yeah, you're gonna have to bullshit me. D20. Alright,
Okay
fine.
then.
You,
Well,
as you
fuck you
approach the
then.
dock, it's like second nature to you. As you spin the wheel, you begin telling Nixie and Kalar to start grabbing ropes and getting them ready, coiled up on the sides of the ship. And they're rushing to do it. As you slide within
Hasn't
inches
done
of the
anything.
mounting dock, Vixen has not moved. Vixen's just kind of chilling. You want to roll a perception for it? Why?
Fuck.
What are you looking for?
The thing of which hold on. Thing of which person does not know. Thing of
You're
thing
saying-
of that a person that does not know. Sorry.
So Vixen right now is just comfortably sitting with you. They haven't made any more tones or chirps or anything like that. And they're kind of just vibing. They're not worried.
And they have disappeared.
Did we not grab Vixen?
Along with the big ship.
No, Salem.
What?
Ah,
Wait, what?
Salem has been in the corner over there.
Not gonna comment.
moving on.
I would assume one of you two would have known. 'Cause I'm not friends with them.
Neither are we.
I'm not friends with them.
How the fuck did they join?
Lizzie
Oh.
has been standing here.
To Lily. Oh, Jesus
Yes, Lizzie
Christ! I
could
almost
be
said the wrong
friends
name.
with Salem.
Lily. Damn it! That's twice now.
Lizzie.
Lizzie hasn't moved an inch.
He might not even be awake, actually. It should be much later for him than it is for us.
Hmm.
He's on
Oh,
orange,
well.
too, so... I don't know.
I hope they sleep well.
I'm on orange as well, so even if I had him added, he wouldn't be able to just join. Roger, do you have
Roger's
Salem
on
added?
green. God, that is really weird that fucking Quest says Android now. Why? Ugh.
Does it what now?
No.
Oh yeah, above your head it says Android for Quest.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
for Quest users it says Android. Which is fucking weird.
Let's continue. Move on.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
All good.
I thought y'all knew that he was standing right there in the corner of the room.
No, I had no idea he
I
had
didn't
joined.
know.
Yeah, he's been standing there for like 30 minutes or so.
Now, as we are moving along, you guys are approaching the docks. Y'all have tied off, and a gangplank automatically ejects from the side and slaps down on the pier. You're immediately greeted by a few portsmen, and they approach.
Are we allowed to question this?
It's just
The
their
portsmen?
job. They're supposed to
No,
greet us.
the fact that the plank immediately
Oh, it just flew out.
did its thing. Yeah.
Um,
Let me just fix my
Sure.
hands.
you can question it.
I don't need to. I already know.
It's just a really good ship.
It's just
God damn it.
a really good ship. Sharky's trying so hard to reveal it to Budger.
My oh god damn.
I believe Pudger
Jesus
already has an
Christ.
inkling.
Apologies,
now?
my face is also going numb.
An inkling.
I don't know what the
An
fuck
idea.
that is.
An inkling.
Okay.
You know, like a small idea of what it could be. I want my
Roll that
angel
dice,
fruit,
Pudger.
my angel cake. Hold on, I might go get that. But
I
wait,
thought you
no,
were
I have to get fucking
about to roll.
clothing on before I can go
I'm
do
gonna
that.
scoop Kalar if I can.
You can, and you won't even need a strength check.
We're walking into a
Oh,
city.
wait,
I don't trust people out here.
Are you gonna go find a person to make that one thing for you to have Kayla
Yeah,
put on your
I'll
back?
probably go talk to I guess a leather maker would be what I would look for.
You
Yes,
probably want to look
indeed.
for a leather maker and a
They gotta make sure it can't burn
enchanter.
either. There's gonna be some decent money. Which
So as these portsmen run up to greet you, they immediately start asking, "Speak to the captain."
That would be
oh yeah.
As
Lorax.
they approach, they are immediately handing you pieces of paper, talking about citations, improper, all of this.
We're
But
not
he
allowed to
kinda
stop
gives
in
you-
here without permission.
You didn't
He kinda-
schedule a landing.
He gives you like a wink and is like, "But I'm sure I could make all of this go away."
Okay, nobody piss them off. They'll be on their good side. Shh.
Before I
Okay.
leave the ship, can I hand Pudger a bag of gold?
Yeah.
I'm only giving him like 200 gold.
That'll work.
Out of
yeah.
like how much? The 1,000 that we have?
Yeah, we have 1,000 in total. I
Mhm.
have been keeping track. Try to subtract that from it, and Pudger, you keep
There
up
you
with the
go.
200,
That was a
or
random.
do you want me to just keep it
By
as
the way,
the
that was a
1,000? I'll just
random
subtract
ass
whatever from
guess.
it.
If you would like, I would
got
give
it.
you the.
I'll keep it with
I
the
will give you
200.
the other 400.
So wait, what'd you say,
Or,
Laura?
or correction, I will give you 400 out of
200,
the
right? Yeah,
800
that's what I got.
left. Yes.
You want to keep up with
He's
that
like-
yourself, or you want me to just keep it in our payment
Yeah.
and just whatever we use? You...
No, I got it.
Okay. So Pudger's taking the 200. We got 800 left.
For a mere 50 gold, I could make all of this clearly incorrect paperwork just disappear.
Yeah, sure, 50 gold.
So as
Pudger,
Is it
you
Pudger
hand him
doesn't
the
even.
gold,
You could try to
Okay,
haggle your way
fine.
down a little bit.
as you hand him the gold, he just takes the paperwork he had in his hands and tosses it over the side of the pier. As you watch this paper, you look over and you're watching this paper fall, and you look back up, and both of the portsmen have disappeared.
Were those actual?
You have just been welcomed to the city of Ironwall.
I think he just got haggled.
Oh, damn it.
Hassled? Heckled?
Mhm.
What is the word for that? Hassled.
Hustled? I think hustled.
Hustled.
It's called a hustle, sweetheart.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think they just stole your money. I don't think they were actually like proper cities people. They were just stealing.
Really? I wonder how we drew this conclusion.
He's like, "Fuck you! You gave me the gold," and he was gone.
I would
So
have
you
tried
only
to,
have 50 gold
even
left
if
to
it
do whatever
were
the
like
fuck you want
true
with.
cities people, I was like,
No, it
try
was
to
only
haggle your
50.
way down a little bit, but
Oh,
know.
okay. So he's 150.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Could we hold off on anything real quick? Because I would like to go to the bathroom again and go get my angel fruit cake. Or
Oh, good.
angel something cake. I can't remember what the fuck it's called.
I'm going
Please?
to force Murphy to come with me though.
I will also
Murphy
be
is
back.
following you.
Yes, no, maybe, possibly.
Yeah, you're good. Everybody's good.
Okay.
We
Thank
can wait.
you.
I wonder if he made this.
Moonshine fun. It very low alcohol, but hit different.
That shit
see
hit
that.
different. Be careful and be safe.
There's a lot of detail in that avatar if he did make it. This is gonna be fun. I ain't giving nobody gold unless I know they're I can't think of the word. Like legit, I guess.
Legitimate.
Yeah. Ringober, my throat's still kind of closed up a little bit right now. So it was the chocolate. I don't know what the fuck in the chocolate, but I'm allergic to something in the chocolate.
Is it like a different chocolate than you've had before?
Not from what I know, but Hershey keeps changing their fucking ingredients and shit in their shit. Because I've noticed over the years that it tastes different. Like, it doesn't taste like Hershey chocolate used to taste. It was a Hershey's almond chocolate bar. I'm not allergic to almonds, so it had to have been something in the chocolate. Weird. But yeah, they've been like changing their recipes and whatnot, so I don't know what that's about. Get that man out of here.
Yep, Durnavan is gone. For now.
For now. He said, I hope y'all don't come back anytime soon.
Goddamn, y'all have tore up everything. And before we retconned it was really going to be ugly.
I tore up nothing.
You are actually the only person who hasn't broken something here, stole something here, or set something on fire.
Have a reason to do any of those things. I probably scraped up his floors a bit from dragging the fucking cauldron, but
that's nothing important, honestly. Although it does leave me with the option for something else later, and I should have done it before.
Now you're making me question you.
I should have made Destiny's Bounty, Durnavan's ship, a mimic. Could have just been done with all of it before he even started.
How's that? How would you have been done with all of it?
Let the ship eat grog.
Fair enough.
Oh, you want to start wars with people that you're gonna need? I can let you do that, but you're ruining it for everybody else, you dick.
Yeah, no. He was mostly pissing me off because he just kept talking over everyone. Like, he wouldn't give us a chance to do anything else. I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? I think he was 30
really
and talking about everyone needs to follow the rules. You gotta follow it by the book, and then is intentionally just trying to off-rail everything.
But he did it using the system that we all use.
Yeah.
And I think that's what bothers me the most.
Yeah, that's fine. Did you make sure that Mom doesn't have Benadryl? 'Cause she usually has some somewhere. Okay, yeah. Go on, bub. Yeah, I don't know what's with Atlas today, but he wants you for some reason, because he screamed in my room for like an hour. You know, this is always that added time on our freaking videos. Because we sit here while everyone's doing stuff.
As we await things to happen.
I would go and take a break myself, but if I do that, the recording will end, and I'll have to start up another one, and going through the process of putting 2 fucking videos through my Google Drive when the first one doesn't want to go through half the damn time, I don't want to deal with that. I really don't. It's a hassle.
That's understandable. If I could figure out how to do it through mine, I would do it through mine.
I was gonna say it would probably be much easier to do it through a PC, but I don't know how any of that works on the PC. You might not even have to transfer it over to anything if I give you the logins to
To the channel?
Yeah,
Probably.
we might have to look into that. If you do you know how to record though?
I haven't done it ever.
Oh god.
Like, when you say record, the most I've ever done is like PlayStation clip that type shit.
Well, for Quest there's just a button and it opens the recording thing. I'm assuming it's the same for PC, like there's probably a button somewhere on your remote that opens the menu. Might want to test that, mess around with it a little bit. I mean, all I do is set it to record, and then once it's recorded and we've gotten the clip, which I'm just going to say now for your first time, I'm going to still record just in
What happened?
case we can't find an easy way for you to transfer it over. Oh, we're just discussing recording for the YouTube channel.
Hey, Floof.
Hmm?
Well, if you're okay with me talking, because I understand the history and everything, actually do know how to help Proto figure out how to do recordings and then upload them and whatnot. And there's even a way for you to, on your YouTube channel, set someone else as an approved uploader, and they can upload it to the channel using their own account.
Huh. Yeah, I didn't know anything about any of that.
I did
Yeah,
not
and
know that.
I was just checking on Pudger actually. That's why I joined this world. I didn't realize you two were in here, so sorry about that.
Oh, good.
You guys want me to
Oh
leave?
no.
I assume
There we
Pudger's
go.
doing alright?
He's fine.
Alright. Well, just if you need any help with the recording, just let me know. Otherwise I'll leave you guys be okay.
Alrighty.
Have a good night.
You as well.
Thanks.
Get booped.
I almost had a
I
heart
think there's
attack.
a lie on
I
the back
did
of your
I
head.
gotta get fucking better. I
Hey.
can't.
With me. It's okay. It's okay.
It's just a person. There was a time
know.
in my life where I wasn't scared of people.
I know. But he respected that fact and left. So. He's okay. He did admit that
What
he joined
happened
through
while I was
Pedro.
gone?
Just Salem started talking and scared the shit out of Proto. It's fine. We're okay.
You
So
believe
did
it?
the
I used to
recording
be.
pause, or is it going?
You're
Used to
still
be-
the dreadnought, jackass. Chill out.
I used to be
Uh,
a fucking
Pedro,
soldier.
you still here?
I understand
Alright.
that.
Let's continue.
In a way.
It's okay.
God, I
that.
have this question that's at the back of my mind for you, Proto.
Let's not do it on
Ask
recording.
away.
Or
Oh yeah,
How's the back?
it's private.
Never.
that's on
It's
y'all.
not
if
really
it's private or
private.
not.
It's just more question of your own health.
Okay.
How's the
Dude.
back of your head?
It has healed up and the hair grew back, which was a double thing for me.
Excuse?
Okay, good.
You
This-
were
you should-
there.
I don't know why. I want to give
Oh.
head pats.
Your goofy butt when you
When I got
fucking.
snubbed.
Yeah, when he got hit with the metal thing.
I was gonna say,
I don't
what the
know what
fuck
it
are y'all
was.
talking
the metal
about?
folder
Okay.
machine thing.
Yeah, it's
I'm
snubs to give
going
tension on a
to
big
drag
spool of metal.
Murphy to what I guess a leather shop. Would that be who would make the like? I don't even know what to call it. The thing that goes on your back that you would naturally carry a baby in, but I'm going to have
Leather
them fit it
worker.
to
A
Kalar.
papoose, and you can enchant it. You're bringing Kalar, yes?
Well, yeah, they have to
I was
fit
gonna
it to
say,
them,
if
but
you're talking
also
about,
like
never
they
mind.
have to be
I w-
using.
I will allow Ellie to have her thought process once she meets a specific type of person.
Well, they have to enchant the leather first to be able to fit it to Kalar.
I have angel
This is
food
so-
cake.
I've got a way I
Stretchy,
want to work
difficult.
this out, but it depends on how much you're willing to put down
Mine.
for it.
We
You're
will
staring
see.
at me, so
'Cause
mine.
I think
my
in reality, I
So-
only
cake.
have about 200 to depending around
Ooh.
400 to use.
Yes, 400
That'll
gold
work.
is what I had decided to take out, just half of the gold that I have remaining, which was 800
So
out of
With
1,000 because
that-
I gave 200 to Pudger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got it.
you, Murphy, and Kalar immediately take off walking, and of course, this place it's near a port. It's dirty. It's kind of disgusting, but you see thriving business here. It's just not the cleanest place to be. It's it's filthy. There's kids running around, and you passively you see them picking pockets as they go.
We need
To
to
your
cook.
right, you have noticed a leather worker. I think it's just a leather worker. I thought it was a tanner or something like that. But we'll start with
Leather
you
worker.
and Kayla and Murphy all walking in there. Are y'all gonna follow them in?
I don't think they're even
I'll
with
make
us.
sure everything's secured on the ship, and then
I was gonna say,
I'll.
I think they're still at the ship.
Alright. Let me find random person number 1.
Are we still in the air?
No, y'all are on an elevated pier, like a dock. Not you.
No, just the
airship.
city over in general. I was like, the human city is not in the air, right? Or the palace or whatever.
Mm-mm.
No, but I would think if airships are common, they would have a dock that
Place
would
for-
accommodate
yeah.
them.
Yeah. Just
If
curious.
As
this
you
is a
walk in-
common thing in the world, probably this
see
is a
this-
question for you.
It's common, but it's not common. It's
Common
rare
for
in the
big
sense-
cities,
Yeah, it's common for big cities. You won't see this type
but
of...
not for small towns and stuff.
No.
Okay.
As you walk up to the counter, Kalar in your arms, once again, his feet dragging the floor, leaving little trails in the dust and dirt. You see a man behind the counter who is literally working the leather with his fingers, and a small piece of metal about the size of one of your fingers. He's punching holes, he's shaping the leather, stretching it, pulling it tight. He looks up from his work and sees the both of you, looks at you, does a double take at Kalar in your arms, looks at Murphy,
Probably shouldn't
and
be
kind of gives a
casually walking in a city with
a
a dragon.
small grunt.
Oh God! Do they
What-
know Murphy?
He's like, "What can I do for you?" Not for you, looking at Murphy. I'll help the lady.
I'm
just gonna kind of like side eye, like, what the fuck, Murphy? What is this about? But at the same time, not gonna say anything about it. I'm gonna look back to the man and was like, I need. What did you call it again?
A papoose.
I need a papoose for this little jerk to make sure that he doesn't get himself into any trouble.
Pseudo
He's gonna
dragon.
look.
A little?
He-
Wait, a little?
Pseudo dragon in quotation marks.
He looks at you, and he looks at Kalar. And Murphy, before this happens, Murphy goes, "Come on, Chaz, don't be that way. You know you missed me."
So he does know him. Okay, glad that's clarified.
As he kind of grunts again.
I'm gonna kind of like elbow Murphy. He's
He-
like, stop talking. Not like hard,
He
just kind of a
looks at-
slight little like, shh, be quiet.
It clanks noisily in the quiet of this leatherworker's shop as his plate mail goes crash like pots in a washing machine. And he kind of looks at you and goes, "You're gonna carry that. Not you don't want a saddle. You want a papoose to carry it."
Listen. You have not seen this thing get drunk. You don't want to see it get drunk. Because then it makes everyone drunk. I'm trying to prevent it from happening again. And to keep him out of stealing people's food. And everything else that he has done. So yes, I want to carry him. I don't want him to be free roam.
He kind of shrugs. He said, "I can do it. It's gonna." Do I have some free play to do some artistic liberties to it? He looks at Murphy and he's like, "I've got to just." As he stretches and flexes his muscles, he's like, "I gotta make sure everybody knows who's the best." Yes.
If he could enchant the thing with magic that would allow her to carry it much easier by making the dragon lighter.
What the fuck is his passive perception? What is this?
Okay.
I'm
How did you know
sorry,
that?
my brain just thinks of his things that would make it easy.
I mean, I don't
How
have a
did she
problem.
know?
I think of magic way too regularly to just think of random ass shit that would make sense and would work to, like, help people.
Look, I don't mind. I don't think he's gonna
Also,
stay small for
you
very
gotta-
long.
You gotta remember me drunk. Me drink the spicy juice.
Magically powerful. That's what
We
that
have
is.
found that he's very quickly growing, so I don't know that he'll stay small for long, but I don't mind what you do with it.
A part of my brain.
He pulls out a long ribbon with notches all the way down it. Basic tape measure. And he says, set it up here.
I'm gonna try to put him up
he-
there without letting him burn anything.
As you set him up there, immediately Chaz grabs the top and bottom jaw. He's measuring here, and he's just moving like it's almost like he's
I
seen
just realized, how
dragons
did
before.
Kaylor not partially burn the boat?
It's a will thing for Kalar to kind of just emit when necessary.
Okay. He tried to
For,
burn
like,
me
when
the
Grog
first
was
time we
carried.
met. I just realized this. Why was he trying to burn me?
Strength check.
I
Resistance checks. He was making sure you're up to par. So as he's just folding Kalar around, he's like, "I've not seen one this damn big. What the hell are you feeding it? Where'd you find it?" He's not really giving you a chance to answer any of these questions. He picked.
I'm gonna just kind of beneath my breath like pseudo dragon.
He looks up while still measuring. Like his hands are a blur of activity. He's like, "There's nothing pseudo about this fucking dragon." And he's measuring, and finally, he just grabs and opens Kalar's mouth, and it's just like got his head stuck in there looking around.
Was a
And
pseudo
then he
dragon
closes it.
until I fed it magic, of course.
Correction. You and a chin.
We're not gonna mention the god. Not going to mention the
Please
god.
don't mention the god. That wouldn't go well.
Where am I actually in this?
I think you're still on the boat.
If you're not on the boat, you can make your way towards town. Give me just a second,
Yes.
and I'll group y'all back up in just a moment.
A moment.
That
I'd
last
send
bit,
this-
he
never mind.
slams Kalar's jaw shut, and he like pop right on top of his snout, and he's like, "That'll do."
I'm surprised Kalar didn't bite him while he had his mouth open.
Roll me a perception
God.
check. So in your mind, you kind of reach out to see like how Kalar's dealing with this, and Kalar is kind of like, "Who the fuck is this man? Why? What are you? Excuse me, stop!"
He's confused.
What the fuck? And as he opens his mouth, he's like, "Excuse me, I could fucking." And then immediately he slams his mouth shut and he bops him on the nose, and he was like, "Who the? Who is?" And
I'm
as
gonna
he
pick
jumps off the
Kmart.
counter, he's like, "Mom, Mom, why?"
I'm
He just
sorry,
folded me
baby.
all kind of directions.
I'm gonna
He's,
pick
like,
him up and
looking at
hold
this
him
one.
like close to me like I did the first time I picked him up. I'm
He kind
sorry.
of just wraps his head around you, and he's like, "Mom, he kept moving me."
I'm laughing while trying to talk to this man. I'm just like, is there anything else you need from me?
He's like, "For everything that I want to do, it's a little pricey. I'd say more on the side of about 380 gold. Should get me exactly where I want to. And if you're a little short, I could get started building it and it'll be ready. But,
Yeah.
you know, you'll owe me until
Ooh,
it's done.
I'm
But
sorry.
I'll let
I
you
didn't
carry
mean
it
for
around
to be
with
loud.
you."
I have enough, but I'm wondering if I could get it. I could. I'm thinking of cutting down the price and instead offering to do like quests and stuff for him, like going do like what would a leather maker want from a person? Probably
A leather
supplies,
maker
supply
would like
runs.
you to go outside of the city and probably
Do
hunt
supply
down some
runs.
creatures, which would allow you to acquire a very, very high priced amount, a very highly priced leather from a specific creature.
We
Oh
could
boy,
do it though.
do I have the quest for you. Have you already said this out loud?
I
You said this out loud in
apologize.
chat?
No
I
better
have just
things.
thought of head by accident again.
I mean, to try
No,
and
you're
lessen the
okay.
amount
Things a
of
bit
gold that we're
too-
using so we can
You're
kind of hold on to,
alright.
because we
I
do
promise.
kind of need gold. It's not like we're broke or anything, but like spending gets costly very quickly. So yeah, why not say that out loud and be like, is there any like way to cut the price a little bit, doing a quest or anything along those lines for you?
Immediately, Chaz does a 180, like going from gruff leather worker to being a salesman. And he says, "Listen here, I have got the perfect thing for you.
Awesome.
I have a few things I need. As a matter of fact, they're really hard to get, and I haven't heard from the last guy I sent to go get them. On the outskirts of town here, there's a few caves down in the lower quadrant. There's rumors, speculation really, but if it was true, there would be
Why?
a lot of gold in it for me,
Why?
you, and the leather.
Huh?
Okay.
But I've heard about a serpent down here that is more or less
Ooh.
raiding livestock in the lower areas. And, yeah, you could take care of that. There's a bounty from the city, which you'd have to go meet all the court officials and stuff like that. I think the prince actually wants to see whoever gets it. That being said, you bring me that
Ooh.
hide back, and
Oh, we have to.
I'll make this
Yeah, there's a
papoose
lot of
thing
steps involved, but hey.
Assuming, hold
for
on.
free.
You could go
Assuming
kill it,
that the
Can I-
grab
serpent is
its
large,
skin.
we give him the skin and take the head to the prince. That'll give us way in making the treaty.
That's what
Yeah.
I was about to say.
That's exactly what I was.
about to say. You could
Our
take the
brains are-
skin from the snake, but only
You don't
just
need its
the
head, do you?
Yeah, that would be useful.
Nah, would like one of its teeth, but
I'm
nah, I don't really need it.
Wait,
can
how?
give him the
Grab its
tooth.
teeth and its venom, please, for love of God.
It'll
Looks
happen.
like we are going to go
Can I
after a
buy
serpent.
Idea.
What's
Is
going on?
I want to buy stuff.
Yeah, you can buy stuff. You
is there?
don't have to immediately go on this mission.
Proto,
I was
by,
saying-
not Proto. Sorry. By the way, Pudge, you've only got 150 gold, so you might want to keep up with that.
Is there any sort of payment we
I'ma
need to
go
make
off on my
before we
own
go
and
off
look
to
through
try
my
and
own
find the
stuff.
serpent? Though?
You know,
I'd like-
with that one thing, Proto.
No,
It's
not
up to you.
really.
Right. Well, we will be back once we've gotten the serpent. We have to go recollect our group once they're done with whatever they're doing. And we will be back with that hide for you and hopefully that head for the prince. We are kind of here to talk to them as well.
He said he kind of immediately doing another 180. He goes back to the gruff leather worker and he said, "Mind yourselves and prithee be careful. My gear does the dead no good."
Fair enough.
As you turn around to walk out,
Midnight.
you see the street is crowded still. There's people everywhere. And you see
Turn
these two goobers.
Murphy and be like, how legit do you think this serpent thing is?
Knowing this place? Very.
Oh god. What do you think it is?
I've got a few notions. It could just be a really big snake.
Oh
I hope
god.
it's just a really big snake.
Yeah, that would be like, I hope it's just a big snake, but knowing our luck.
You've got, it could be a basilisk, it could be
That was my first fucking thought. I was like, we're gonna come across a fucking
a worm.
basilisk. A worm?
It could be, there's a lot of things it could
Worm?
Worm.
I was gonna say, I think it
It
said
could be a lot of
worm.
things.
I know what you're talking
Hell,
about.
it could be demonic.
Please don't jinx us like that and say it's a freaking demonic thing. We've already got tieflings
It
coming
could
out here
be,
trying
it
to
could
kill
not
me.
be.
Interesting things.
Well, let's go find what the rest of the others are doing and try to gather them to go find this serpent.
So as you all approach each other, y'all have met in the streets and it's all happiness. Everybody, you all three roll me initiative.
Are y'all keeping up with your
1.
gold as well?
13, 18.
Why did I roll?
Alright, so we're gonna
400.
start. Nyx, we're gonna start off with you. You pass the knowledge on to the rest of them. If you would so kindly.
Alright, guys, so I went to a leathersmith and instead of paying in gold, I have gotten us a mission to go and kill a serpent. Are y'all ready for this
Great.
mess?
Nope, I'm gonna go buy some stuff first.
Not to mention that I'm
Wanna go
hoping the
find a
serpent will get
thing.
us some headway with the prince, because we do need him on our side.
And money.
I mean, yeah, if we get the
Please,
prince on our
money.
side, we should be able to get the rest of the royal family on our side. Whoever, how many freaking people there are in the royal family, we don't know.
Hopefully he can
The
convince
prince
his
is only the
parents
prince
to...
because he has not wed. I will give you a
Has
little bit
not-
of lore of
Oh.
Ironwall.
Okay.
He is only a prince
Ooh.
because he has not married. He has had many, I guess you'd call them suitors.
Does that mean he's
Or
technically
looking for
running
mistresses?
the palace, even though he doesn't have a
I
wedded?
swear to
Or does his-
God.
Does his parents still run the palace?
No, he
So
is,
it's he's in charge.
just him.
Okay.
Yes.
So if we do get this
So in this
bounty-
kingdom, he can only be called a king once he gets married. Great.
Yes.
What
And
is-
he wants the
what-
serpent's head.
What are the
I'm
thoughts
sorry,
that you're
I just had a-
having? Oh God!
Just ignore it.
What? When are y'all gonna
Listen.
go marry off to him?
There's
Listen.
2 females in our party who might have be going after a fucking serpent that may be causing problems for the kingdom. Who knows? Maybe.
Alright, listen.
I roll to seduce the prince. No.
The
Oh
prince
God!
What
It's
is-
gonna be
the
a gay
prince-
relationship.
Pudge, what is the character? What is the gender of your character? Sorry, before I fuck up
Oh,
English.
that's true.
Again.
Dude.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay, now got it. Okay, that's fair.
Seduce
Alright,
the
that's fine.
prince and make
I'm
him
the
gay!
captain of a fucking pirate ship. Yeah.
Yes.
I seduced the prince.
Oh
No,
my God.
wait. First,
We're starting
rolling
this
through
early.
The shops, and the prince wouldn't be in one of the shops, right? So great.
No.
He would not be out here.
No,
We're
you would have to
adventurers.
get the head of the serpent first, or
I was saying,
whatever.
You're
the
going
thing
to
is.
propose the head of the serpent, get him to do the treaty, and marry him.
Yep. And then leave him when we go. I'm gonna take like half of the gold room. Then we'll leave.
I was about to say, no prenup. Give it over. We're done. You're king. I want to go. All right. As we
good. Anyways.
come back to... I never expected this to go anywhere like that, but that happened. So, here we go. What are you looking to buy, Laura Max? What are you out here after?
I'm gonna replace my 2 daggers with 2 swords. And then I'm going
you know
to
what?
carry 2 pistols like flintlocks.
Single shot flintlocks. All right. Now, I would recommend that you source your party first. Murphy is still one of the best blacksmiths around. And you do have an artificer who builds guns.
For that.
You can explore and
contemplating
see what's out
something.
there.
Thinking to help a brother out, no?
So I want to sell my 2
Just a
original
little.
daggers, but I'm also thinking
How
if I
does
should
one
hold
spell the
on to
word
the poisonous ones.
BLURY.
I'm
Come
questioning
again?
if I should hold on to the poisonous ones or if I should go ahead and try to sell those as well.
BLURY.
Because I have 6 pairs of daggers right now. I have my
You
2
have gained
original.
the information.
I have the 2 poisonous ones, and then I have the 2 that Durnavan gave me before we left.
That is true. You can sell. You've already figured out who they've sent to hunt you. And all of y'all know it is
Yeah,
the
but-
messengers of the hunt.
How are people going to respond if I try to sell them something from those kinds of people? That's the real thing, is like, I might get some bad reactions if I try to sell these back. Should probably see if Murphy wants them before I try to just sell them off.
I go talk to Murph.
See if we can do anything with the materials. Wondering if the materials are any specific materials from whatever realm that your fucking parents are from. Maybe, question mark, possibly. A special material that could be very rare and useful.
Mutter.
Sorry, that was a
Adamantine.
lot of information very fucking
No,
quickly.
you're
I
okay.
So we got
apologize.
the...
I wanted to say
Hold
that
on,
so
I'm trying to
quickly.
write a
I'm
couple
sorry.
things down. OSHA boys. And then
Mutter.
Oh my god, wait, hold on. Where are the
Messengers?
skeleton boys at? Actually, question mark.
they kind of show up at the end
Why
of
you
each
asking?
They
session.
were in the forest, right?
I'm just wondering, are they going to show up here? Possibly, maybe.
Probably.
Like
I
a rough
They
can't.
show up
percentage
like
chance.
at the end of
In
every
cloaks?
session. Y'all, it is
50,
like
50?
almost on game that they show up at the end of every session.
That
Anyways,
is your.
Okay, fine.
you
It's
said
okay.
they're called the
Alright.
Messengers of the Hunt, right?
Yes.
I'm writing
Messengers
down
of the
group
Hunt.
names for NPCs as well. So if they're the messengers, who are the true hunters is the real question. That's
Go
scary.
talk-
Who is?
Okay.
It is a singular person, I will tell you that.
I go talk to Murph.
The big bad.
Murphy notices you approaching. Not yet. And he
Pause.
kind of looks at you expectingly.
Okay, well, I would like a little crossbow to go on this arm, and then I want a hidden blade on this arm, like in that one Assassin's Creed.
He kind of shakes his head, nodding. And
Also, 2
you see him.
swords.
You see him pull out a paper and his own little tape measure thing, and he immediately starts just grabbing your arm and taking measurements. He's like spinning you around. Once again, the measurements are being taken at a flurry, and he's asking questions like a man who has dived into a passion that he has no sign of stopping.
Hmm.
Do you want silver for one and then adamantine for the other, so you can deal with curses? Hmm. Hmm. And he kind of trails
what
off
do-
like that before he just stops, and he's standing in front of you. He's gathered all of his measurements, and he is waiting for your reply.
I just realized something.
Okay.
Does Silver kill the person that's changed into a werewolf, or does it just kill the curse?
It kills the person and the werewolf. They're both one and the same, so silver will kill them poisonously.
You know what? Just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna have my hidden blade be made of silver, and my swords will have nothing yet. I'm gonna keep those regular. But I will turn in my 2 daggers that I have.
So as you're handing him these daggers,
Mhm.
he says, "When we get back to the ship tonight, I will have these ready for you."
Nice.
Actually, roll me 3d20s, and you're gonna try to beat me on something.
Oh. There ain't no
You're
winning this
shitting
one.
me.
What?
That was a automatic lose.
Bullshit.
15
Double
sheets.
20s. So,
Fucking.
actually, here's what you do. Everybody roll me a d4. Oh shit, you won
4.
anyway. Alright, now you get to make the narrative declaration.
Ooh,
If you
yeah.
want this stuff immediately, and I will orchestrate a scene for you.
Okay. So we get done having our conversation, me and Murphy, and then we go our separate ways, kind of, and then I meet up with Ellie and ask her to make me a gun. Hopefully, just one, and better than a flintlock, because it's still single shot. So.
Alright. So as you turn away, and you've left your daggers, and you've approached Ellie, and y'all are in a very animated discussion, you see Murphy reach into this bag, his bag of holding, not the one his brother gave him, and he reaches in there and he pulls out just random bits of wood, different pieces of metal, and
How
a
does one
bar
spell
of silver.
chaser?
Chaser.
Why do you still have your brother's bag of holding?
CHA.
You know good and damn well that
He
thing's
gave
gonna be
it to me.
trapped.
Look at
CHA.
SER. Kind of looks back at you. He's like, "We'll get there when we get there." And probably not. It may not be. But he did give it to me, and I guess I
hope
love
to
my
God that's
brother.
spelled right. CHA.
Do you think I should hold on to the
SER?
poisonous daggers, or should I just
Yes.
go ahead and get rid of them?
You got it.
I'm getting rid of my original ones, so figure they might as well
I
think
mean,
about
you could
getting rid of
hand them
as
to
well.
Murphy to see if they are enchanted instead of just
He's already looked at them, though.
biologically.
He would have probably pointed out
added.
the fact if they had anything else on them.
He's like, "You could sell it. However,
Yes, but
it's
poison could be added biologically, which would wear off eventually, which would make them just normal daggers, or they could be enchanted via either runes or just purely magic,
Yeah, but you gotta
which
think,
Murphy could use.
Durnavan already handed us magical items. I didn't get every little detail about the daggers. I wrote down, I think, what I heard. The one had magic flowing through it, right? Or did I catch that wrong? 'Cause I know
Wait,
the
what
one of
was
them
that
had water
given real
flowing
quick?
through them, and then the other one, the sapphire one, had something else running
You
through
were
it.
a transcription quill and an inkwell that never dries up. And
Wait,
as
hold
for
on.
you,
Wait. Oh, what?
Transcription
What the
basically
quill.
fuck
this-
does that mean?
A quill that you
when
write
you
with.
talk, it will write itself.
Ooh.
Like in Harry Potter.
Oh. See, when you say transcription,
So you mean
I'm
I won't
thinking of what
have
we
to,
learned in
like-
fucking English about transcription, which is literally just writing shit down.
So basically, like Spike from MLP.
Yeah,
When Twilight's
essentially.
doing a monologue.
What is a spike?
My Little Pony. The freaking dragon that writes for the princess and...
Okay. So yeah, you're good.
Spike is the dragon that whenever she's doing a monologue or something to the princess, aka
He's just in the background writing every little word that she's saying.
Princess Celestia, he is writing it down into a letter, which then he blows his fire onto, which makes the letter get delivered to the princess. I don't know how the fuck that works, but it does.
It's
But
magic!
basically, that Quill would write down into my book about my research notes or whatever, while speaking it out loud.
Yes.
Okay.
And
got
later
it.
on, if you do, as okay, we're back to Murphy. As he's pulling things out, he's like, I wouldn't sell them per se, but if you don't want them, I can use them.
I'll give him over to him. I don't need 6 pairs of freaking daggers. I rarely use my daggers as it is. I try to stick to magic as much as possible.
So as you hand it,
Then I would
gonna hand
recommend
him-
like a magical staff instead of just your daggers.
Ooh, that's a good
That
idea.
is true. That'll help channel the magic.
Or a pair of gauntlets that would have a set of runes attached to them that would allow you to use your magic easier.
Hey,
Which then you could also
you're
have
over
them
here.
continued along the arm, which would allow them to have more runes attached to them, which, whenever you would just use random magic or any magic in general, would allow a magical shield that would block you from any incoming damage.
Look at
I'm
this.
sorry, I have had
Stick to a
so many
staff.
thoughts of ways of using
She-
Ellie's runic magic
I'll
into
give
her
him
armor, weapons, and other
The 2
shit.
original pairs
I
and the 2 pairs of
apologize.
poisonous. And he can do whatever he wants with them. Sell them, keep them, I don't care.
You can
Kick
tell
your
I've
brain
had
after
a
this.
lot. I have a lot of thoughts, especially because of
But
the
the,
one thing person that I am
Dagger that
going to try and
Durnavan
find.
gave me, the one with the sapphire in it, what was running through it? Because I know the one with the emerald had water running through it. What was running through the one with the sapphire?
Shit, I don't remember what I said. I think I said it looked like light was moving in and out of it,
Light.
and little ribbons as it spiraled through the gemstone. As Murphy takes those 4 daggers from you, he puts everything into a pile on the ground. He pulls out some leather strapping and some cordage, and he begins at first, imbuing magic into it and heating this whole pile up. Just kneading it like dough. And he starts stretching it, and at first, y'all kind of aren't really paying attention, but as he goes, he starts pulling and stretching, and it
Or just,
starts
like,
to
in the
take
middle of the
shape.
street?
Yeah, in the middle of the street. He is just like, fuck it, I've got... You excited him, and he's like, I'm gonna fucking do this thing right now.
Like
I have
that dude from
competition.
Dr. Stone?
I've
you
realized
could
something
review
about
the
Nyx.
strength of the daggers along with the
She has to be about
abilities of the
60
poison
to
daggers
70
into
years
her
old.
daggers that she already has.
Immortal doesn't matter. Well, you don't know that yet.
What?
Don't look at me
Huh?
like that.
Hold on, repeat what you said.
He said
will
immortal
not.
does not matter.
She's not immortal.
That being... As he stretches, at first, a crossbow out of this, He shrinks it down and he's putting his finishing touches.
Okay.
As he picks up the crossbow, he breathes on it. And if you're paying attention, you see the outline of a dragon's breath, and it's cold as it cools this crossbow down. He runs the string through it, the cordage, and he picks up a few pieces of this metal wood slurry taffy that he's got magically enchanted on the ground, and he shapes about 20 arrows for it. Then, as he picks up the other two unorthodox blobs, he stretches one to about, 8-inch silver dagger out of the material that's left, and he's knocking the impurities off. And he takes his fingernail and he runs it down the edge of both sides of this blade. While taking his thumb, he presses down the center and drags, giving it a nice divot down the middle. As he shapes it into its wrist-mounted harness, he sets that to the side before grabbing all that's left and stretching both swords out of this one continuous piece at both ends. And as he pulls them tight, in the middle where it's gotten thin, you, again, paying attention close enough, it looks like a dragon's mouth has just snapped over that weak point in the middle. And again, he takes his fingers and he rotates up the blade, down the blade, and channels in the middle with his thumb on both sides.
You never needed the genie to
Picking-
be able to do these things.
Picking up all of this, he walks over to you and he's like, okay, give me your arm. Without asking, he just grabs you and kind of holds you up in the air with one hand while he slaps the crossbow to your wrist. And he kind of tightens it up and he's like, is that too tight? And again, without letting you answer, drops that arm, grabs your other arm, pulls it towards him, and he slides the retractable blade on, cinches it down tight. He's like, what about that? That too tight? And he pulls your wrist back, and as he pulls your wrist back, the blade shoots out about a good 6-7 inches. And he lowers your wrist down, and the blade pulls itself back in. Then, picking the swords up off the ground where he'd laid them, he's like, grab this. Grabbing your hand again, he's like, puts one in each hand, and he's like, now, do the thing. I use a hammer. I don't know how to use these. I just have to be in his general vicinity.
Gonna like elbow Murphy. He's like, chill.
He's like, nah. Chaz thinks he's the hottest shit since a dragon took a shit. I'm not having it.
Calm down.
What?
Chaz isn't
He's
even
not
over here
gonna-
paying you any attention.
I know,
Who?
which is going to be all the better when she walks in, or he walks in wearing this shit.
And how is he going to know that you did it?
Huh?
He didn't watch you do it.
Who?
It's
What?
called a maker's
He's
mark.
mad
He'll know.
because the shopkeeper that we were talking to was like, I don't like to see you in my shop anymore.
He didn't like to see me in his shop in the first place.
Well,
What did
Murphy
you
might
do?
not like me.
I'm better than him.
What did you really do?
Be better than him. We've
So
had this
why?
argument for decades.
Why does he not like you in his
I
shop?
swear to fucking God if that's another one of his brothers.
No, this is not his
Oh,
brother. I will
well.
tell
You said decades.
Could be.
you that. That's a monk. They live for a long time. And he's like, look, I'm
What
just
did you
better.
do? What, did you go in his shop and burn everything?
No. That's
you
rude.
lying?
I would be upset if he came into my blacksmith shop and say coated it in mud. It's almost like my temple.
Well, maybe if you hadn't had been shoving me out like I was actually a mutt, I wouldn't have been so rude.
In fairness, I thought this was a joke, and you put dirt everywhere.
I wasn't trying to make your house dirty at first. I was trying to get help. And you got me stuck as a wolf for days.
Yeah, I did do that. It's funny though.
I'm gonna smack him upside the head.
Oh well, we're all behind our issues.
Not gonna smack him
This
hard.
all
What the fuck? Not gonna smack him hard. Just gonna, bitch.
as this all comes to a close, you're gifted these items, and he's like, you just remember, oh,
Pudger crashed.
Okay.
yeah, but you took half of the
No.
air out of the room when she left. Rude.
Choke him.
Are you
Ah! Nah.
okay?
Who's
Oh, yeah, I'm
okay?
fine.
Oh, it's okay. We just beat on him.
Haha, glad I rolled that out.
Wacky, wacky, wacky. Wacky, wacky, wacky. Are
So,
you good?
No hurt. No hurt to Proto. Proto good bean. Proto's nice.
No.
No. Proto's good. He's very kind, loving.
Are you
He
good?
cares about people.
Are you good?
Yeah. I'm fine.
Alcohol's putting this one in the feels.
I'm okay.
Look at their eyeballs when
No.
you poke their nose. Oh my god. The tongue.
Oh.
And the little tongue.
Wait,
Okay.
boop my beans, because I don't know if that does a thing on PC or not.
Nah, it doesn't.
No? Okay. Well, there's a setting to have bean interaction or some shit. I don't know. It's weird. Hold on. Customization. Body toggles.
So we're going to fight a serpent once
We've
Pedro can
lost
get their butt
page
back in here.
2. No, that's not it. I don't want that. God damn it!
I really gotta use the bathroom, so I'm kind of saying screw it to the frickin' if we have to start another video, oh well.
Is it in fun stuff? Head pats. Yeah, there's a nose boop, head pats. I don't know if there's a thing that I need to turn off or turn on. I don't.
Nope.
There's a thing that says bean boops, and then nose boops, head pats. I don't know if I need to
It might
turn
be
that
toe
on or
beans.
off. Maybe, I don't fucking know. Whatever.
So, your new weapons, you will do an extra. Given that you have a stealth blade, this now gives you the option to stealthily assassinate. And instead of making 2 rolls and a weapon roll, what that's gonna do, and your crossbow as well, your hidden blade, if you sneak up on an enemy,